Welcome to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards.
Braylon Edwards, touchdown, Michigan. Running pattern to Edwards, touchdown, Michigan.
Where we bring you the best in sports, entertainment, and insight. Join us every weekday from 2 to 4 p.m. as we break down the latest games, analyze the biggest plays, and dive into the hottest topics in sports. We'll have exclusive interviews with your favorite athletes and guests, and you'll get a front row seat to all the action. So tune in to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Got one-on-one going end zone. Edwards in the air. Oh, what a catch by Braylon Edwards. His second touchdown of the game.
On the Woodward Sports Network, where sports comes to life.
Yo, welcome in. Welcome to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep. I'm your host, Braylon Edwards, and the man to my left is none other than the man, the myth, the legend, Matt Shep. Shep, how you feeling over there?
Good,
man?
buddy. How you doing?
I'm good, man. You know, it's Friday. We made
Did you
it.
wear that hooded sweatshirt?
We
for
made
me?
it.
Did I wear the hooded sweatshirt?
Yeah,
for you?
just because yesterday I was getting all kinds of crap from my wife saying that I shouldn't be wearing that,
And you know what I'm saying?
you said I should.
I
and
wanted to show her that you can. It's a good look, man. It looks good.
You know what her comeback would be?
What?
Braylon's younger.
Ah, man.
Braylon's in better shape. Braylon's better looking. He gets all those accolades,
Well,
so
you're
that's
in-
okay.
You're in good shape, too, and so is your family. I got a chance to see your sister, man. I told her I've been having you smile a little bit lately. You know what I'm saying? She couldn't believe it. She couldn't believe it. I said, what are you talking about? Shep, he's smiling now.
You smile.
I love
You make
that
me
double
smile
down
and laugh
laugh.
all the time.
Right
Kool-Aid,
now.
come on, man. I mean, yeah.
Speaking of Kool-Aid, what's going on right hand, man? How you doing over there?
Hey, you know, I'm feeling good as always, man. When
Oh,
this
105, 108,
3-2-1,
I bet
when
you
these
feeling good
cameras
over
go,
there.
I'm great, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
you
bet you feel
got a gritty
really good.
win last night.
Yeah, of
Your
course.
boy didn't play too good last night.
No. You know what, man? I actually put that in the post-game video. Felt a little dirty, but had to be real about it, man.
Hey, you know what? But that's what teammates are for, and his teammates came through for him last night. We'll talk about in a second. Speaking of teammates, shout out to my boy El Jefe joining us in the audio
Yeah.
booth.
Hey, one of the Pistons guys here.
El
He's
Jefe,
on our
what's
crew.
going on, man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, you know. Hey,
Be even better if you had your microphone on.
It is on. Can you hear me?
A little bit.
Oh,
You hear
yeah.
me? All right. Yeah, I'm feeling good. You know, I've told everyone, you know, now that the Lions are done, it's time to put your stock in the Pistons, and
Okay.
they have not failed us yet. They're still, hey, you know, even though it's a horrible win, in my opinion, it's still a win.
Is there such a thing as a horrible win?
There it is.
When
You
you
come
look-
from
There it is.
14,
like that,
16 points down. I'll take that.
No, I didn't say that was a horrible win.
Yeah.
Like when your best player playing as bad as he played, that's
Yeah.
a good win.
Yeah.
Because it's showing when he's having a bad night, people can rise to the occasion. Phoenix isn't that good of a team. Shout out to Grayson Allen for putting up 33 points. Whoa. But they're not that good of a team. But guys stepped up, so that was a good win. The Lions beating the Giants in overtime was not – that was a bad win.
got you. Yeah.
Like that, to me, that was a bad win. It was
I get it.
it's a bad win because if the head coach just kicks a field goal, you guys are probably going to lose that game and not go to overtime. That's
right.
the definition for me of a bad win.
Yeah.
As a bad team, and
I
you
get
shouldn't
that.
have beat them.
Yeah. Grayson Allen took 20 triples. Now, you know, one was at the very end of the game. He took 20 threes. Like, he scored 33 points. That's fine and dandy. He's a minus 10, but he took 20 triples. He took 25 shots overall. 20 of his 25 shots were from deep, man. It's unbelievable.
He's one of those guys I dislike so much. I want him in a Pistons uniform, and I've said
like
that
him.
for a
I
few
love
years,
I like
man.
him too.
I like him.
I
For a
won't
few
never say I
years.
love a
you
good player.
you'd
Except
want
Grant
him
Hill,
on
I
your
like
team.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
That's the new NBA.
that
Shep.
dude can shoot, man. He
Like
can flat
that's
out
the
shoot.
NBA. 20 shots, 23s for Grayson Allen on a team that only has Devin Booker and a bunch of guys trying to figure out. Their best player this
Right.
year has been Grayson Allen, followed by Dylan Brooks.
Yeah.
So if I'm Grayson Allen, I'm shooting from, well, obviously Devin Booker than Grayson Allen. But
Yeah.
Dylan Brooks is your third best player. I'm shooting from the logo shove every time. every time down.
Logo Bray.
It's Caitlin Clark all over again.
And
Look,
Book was out.
Devin Booker was out last night,
Yeah.
right? And they were up by what, 16 or was it 14?
Yeah,
Was it
16
14?
was the largest lead.
So
Yep.
they're up 16. That's where you're like, what the hell's going on here? And by the way, Dylan Brooks, who I
what the
know
hell?
I know Dylan Brooks is viewed as the enemy all the time.
Yeah.
Did you see what he was doing before?
It's only
the
because
game?
he's Canadian. Eh?
It could be.
That's all.
It could be.
If he wasn't Canadian, we love him.
But did you see what he was doing before the game
Hey.
with a little girl, where he was doing paper scissors,
rock, paper, scissors?
Hey, shut
and then
up.
and then he gave her some tennis shoes. Gave him his shoes.
So you know what that
That's
is?
pretty cool, man.
So you know what that means?
I don't.
You don't know what that means?
I don't know.
That means that everything he does it's an act. It's an act.
I don't know how to take that.
It's
though.
an act.
Why,
Because that's the real him. Like, but in order to create a character that one, people talk about, two, to go viral, three, I have to actually play some ball, play some defense, get on a team. It comes with the entertainment package that is 2026.
So which one's the act? Him giving him
trolling, him staring at LeBron,
Yeah.
him imitating Lance Stevenson, essentially. That
I got
behavior.
you. Okay.
Like,
I thought
that's
you meant the act was him playing
No,
rock.
that's
but
him.
That's him.
That's
Gotcha.
him.
Okay.
And you know what?
I would
Shep?
agree with that.
And you know what?
What?
I loved it. Like, yeah, I know the guys were a little rusty. 4
like
days
that.
off for some of it, maybe up to 8 games
be.
off for guys like Cade.
Yeah, it could be.
But Phoenix was physical. They were scrappy.
Yeah.
And Dylan Brooks and Grayson Allen and those guys were trying to play all the way up in their jerseys. And I actually loved the game in between the game that it brought out of these guys. Cade had a little bit different fire. You could tell he was a little frustrated with the physicality. But I actually liked seeing him getting mad and swiping his hand away and hitting and the guys bumping and jawing and such. I don't know. It felt
So
like
even when he
something
has a
from
bad game, it comes
decade
back
ago.
to Cade. Even when it comes, Jalen Duren 16 and 18, Duncan Robinson
Shout
with
out,
19,
slam cover
and
night.
it comes back to Cade, who was he was terrible.
Well, it's just who he was
3 for
matched up
16.
with, so naturally
0
that's
for
where it
7
comes
from
back
3.
to.
Everyone's
Yeah.
going to focus on the 11 assists.
Oh,
he
bad
had 5
game for
turns,
Cade.
dude. 5
Yeah.
turns.
Bad game for Cade last
Okay.
night. That was the first thing I said in the post
And
game.
by the way, that's okay.
Yeah.
Because that's not who he is.
It's okay if you win.
Even if they'd have lost. Look, the dude's a superstar. So what? He's human, too. He's going to have his bad nights. Every player in the history of this great game has had their bad nights. It's all right. I want to see what he does next time. And my guess is he's going to pump in 30, and he's going to have at least a double-double. I'm all right with it.
He was
Also,
rusty. He was rusty. He had 8 games off, like you said, Kool-Aid. He had
Yeah.
8 games off. That's a long time to not be playing basketball in
Yep.
a game setting.
Yeah.
That's a long time. And he was definitely hot before that, so he kind of definitely was rusty coming back.
Rust,
Yeah,
rust is a real thing, but when you're talking about an MVP caliber
Yeah.
player, like the rust excuse, we got to tuck it down. Because there's one thing to say, hey, he was a little bit rusty, and this is a guy that's just an all-star. You know what? We'll give him a little bit more of a rope, give him a little bit more of a pass. When you're talking about a guy that, Kool-Aid says is the front runner for MVP, and a guy that we believe is in the conversation, be a little bit more critical of K, but it does come down
At
to
38 minutes, man. If he was rusty, he played 38
He
minutes.
played game high.
Yeah, I mean,
but it does come down to K because he's the star.
it does. Yeah. But we do have a tendency, not that Jeff does this, but we have a tendency to make excuses for guys we really like.
Yeah.
Okay? And if it's a guy you don't like and he hasn't played in 8 days and somebody says that, what are you saying?
Man,
hey
he
man, you got Man, you got to be prepared.
Yeah.
If it's Asar Thompson, I'm mad that he didn't get 30 minutes.
Okay. There you go.
He
So-
did get hurt.
but-
He got a little cramp last night and came out the game, which affected some things
But
for him. But
does this allow us to have the conversation and go deeper dive into, not deeper dive, but just continue to have it at the forefront? You see the graphic shot, Debray. Appreciate you again.
Yeah, that's
fire.
You see who's in there. You see who's lurking in the shadows, Shep, as we're looking at K put up another brick. Last night, K doesn't have a good night. Can Duncan Robinson have 19 every game when K's not on? Can you get the outplay from the bench in the fourth quarter every time K's not on?
That's asking a lot. It's also asking a lot for Tobias Harris to be a plus 23.
Yeah.
And asking a lot for
Who also was injured. He came back. And figured it
yeah,
out.
right. So what about that? What about that's where I was going with this.
Tobias wasn't that rusty.
He had 29, played 29 minutes.
Yeah, him and Jalen Duren, they came in ready to go.
Yeah, Jalen Duren was rusty.
There's
16
no
and 18.
excuses for Cade playing bad.
Oh, now okay. So
There's
we
no
got it out of him,
excuse.
Braylon. We got it out of him.
We got him there.
Again,
No excuse.
we love Cade Cunningham. He should be in the probably 1 or 2 for the MVP. I don't mind when a guy like that has a rough game because I love how guys like that respond, and that's what's going to happen. I really feel that way.
He's going to follow it up with 10 games of absolute brilliance.
It's also a fun conversation now to have, and you know why? It's because you said it. They won.
Yeah.
They won last night. They've been winning. They're in first place, so it's kind of casual. It's like, man, he's bad last night, but I don't really care too much.
I would-
that's the conversation now, but we can't make this a habit.
I would also say this: that Phoenix is a pretty good team. I mean, they got 24 wins.
yeah, they're actually good.
They were really
Yeah,
hot.
I mean they're a little. I think I said this yesterday. They're a game under 500, so now they're 2 games under 500, I believe, it on the road.
Yeah.
But overall, they got 24 wins. I'm not
Yeah.
saying they're going to win the West, Okay, I don't think anybody thinks they're better than Denver when Denver's healthy. They're not better than OKC. They're not better than San Antonio. Probably not better than the Rockets or the Lakers. But they're no slouch either. You know, in the words of Rodney Dangerfield, they're no doorknob either.
I get no respect.
Okay.
So yeah, they're like the Lions were this year.
Okay. Yeah.
There you go.
I'll buy that.
That's the second straight the Lions have caught, and we haven't even finished the first segment. I got to lay low. My apologies. You guys didn't deserve that.
But I did like just going back to Dylan Brooks real quick. I did like that little interaction. I think that's what the NBA is so good about, their ability for people to be virtually on the floor and you be able to have that kind of conversation and that kind of interaction is pretty special. You can't do that in many other places.
It was
Basketball
dope.
does get it right in that regard. Like
Yeah.
outside, like hockey and football, you can't have that reaction. They have a little bit of interaction. A lot of it you can't see because it's in helmets. You don't get a chance to get
Unless
privy
you're
to
DK
it.
Metcalf. Yeah.
100%. Then you see it because I'm on the sideline, my helmet's off, my hair's dyed, my nose is in there. I'm lying about what's being said. But in basketball and baseball, obviously more so basketball, you love that they let the personality show.
Mm-hmm.
The NBA allow you to be in the face. There's no helmets. There's no impeding of the face and what it looks like. So it's fun to watch because you can you can hear. With the microphones, you see everything online after the game, so you know what was said. Like, they're not even doing this anymore.
This is what I love about you mentioned baseball. That's what I love about baseball because you can get there early enough and see the batting practice and hear the batting practice.
Like 3 hours early.
Yeah, and get. I think the Tigers took batting practice around 4:40 for a home game around 7.
Okay.
But if you got the gates would open at 5, so you'd have to hustle in there. But you could get autographs. But just listening and hearing the sound of the baseball connecting with the bat and watching how far it goes and the various sounds that baseball brings is I've always thought is pretty special.
So pregame is obviously fun if you get there early because you can hear the baseball bat. If you're talking about going to a Tigers game at Comerica Park 2.5 hours early, if you go to a Lions game or one of these games where the receivers, I think Odell Beckham kind of made it a thing. They're doing the one-hand catches. People got there early to see that. In basketball, Steph Curry is most notorious to see the Steph Curry show at the beginning. What is it in hockey? What will be the pregame thing that I come early to see on the ice?
Yeah, so they obviously they go out there for their skate before they flood the ice again, and you get a chance to get a puck. If you're right up against the glass, you can go down there. You can put one of your signs up. If you're lucky, you might get a stick. You might get a puck. But yeah, watching those guys skate around and be right up next to you against the glass while they're taking their shots on the goalie or they're doing their passing or whatever it is, it's pretty awesome. Yeah.
What's your favorite game to attend? Like, I don't want to get into the Super Bowl championship and all that. We'll save that for when the Super Bowl happens. We'll figure out what game would you like to go to. But what's your favorite sport to just sit and watch?
I don't know if I have.
Everybody have.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a favorite. I enjoy all of it.
Come on now, Shep.
No, I'm serious. I do. I've said this ad nauseum. There is nothing, as I used to call the NFL, there's nothing like walking the field before an NFL game. To be able to chat with coaches and see players like yourself running routes with their headphones on, making catches, watching guys throw, to be actually on the field and watching quarterbacks throw and hear the whistling of the football is awesome. To be at a baseball, even just batting practice, where I used to be up against the cage and see these guys hit and their purpose and where Cabrera going to right field is special. Basketball, the size and the quickness and the athleticism amazes me, and of course hockey, something I can't do.
Yeah.
Something most people can't do. So I don't know. I mean, they're all special to me. I love it in their own special way. It would be hard to say one is better than the other for me. Okay,
I like
so
that.
I don't mean to have a cop out, but
Quick story about listening to the headphones before the games. You brought that up. My second year in Cleveland, first and second year in Cleveland. No, first year in Cleveland. I used to wear my Michigan stuff in warm-ups.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because they started it. Like, they draft me. Well, as soon as I got to the podium after they draft me, the whole thing was about Michigan and the jokes. Are you going to be able to fit in Buckeye country and with this and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, first of all, I got drafted. The college stuff is over. So anyway, I wore in protest Michigan T-shirts. I had my hoodie on, warm-ups, and I got fined the first 2 games. They fined me for wearing Michigan stuff because it wasn't Reebok license and it wasn't my NFL stuff. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Got a fine the 3rd game, and I'm like, why did I get fined for this game? I didn't wear any Michigan
man.
stuff. I have on my Cleveland Brown stuff. It's because I had on Apple.
Are you
What?
kidding me?
The iPod. It's been that long. I forgot what it was called. I had an iPod on, and at the time, I found out later they were trying to do a deal with Apple, so they banned all Apple stuff on the sideline trying to do the deal.
How were you supposed to know that?
It didn't matter. NFL. Welcome to the NFL. It means we can do what the hell we want. So I got fined $5,000. I appealed it and got down to $2,500. But I still had to pay it.
God, that's unbelievable.
Now, then it became legal like 3 years later. I still want my $2,500, but
Yeah, I don't blame you.
it's neither here nor there.
You should do what California does.
Yeah.
You leave the state, we can still tax you. Just tell the NFL, listen, this is
don't
what's
I know.
going on, right? I mean, that's ridiculous. Hey, by the way, speaking of the Wings, we talk a lot about the trade, the possible trade of Michael Porter coming to Detroit or others, right? There's
Trey
other names
Murphy.
associated
Trey
with it.
Murphy and one.
Trey Murphy, which would be a really good fit.
We heard you, Anson. We hear you. Trey Murphy. We hear
Yeah,
you.
Trey Murphy. We didn't say no to Trey Murphy.
We did not.
We just were making a case for Michael Porter Jr.
Oh yeah,
A.
no, you take either one if you're the Pistons.
And B, just in general about the concept that John Hollinger, the former Memphis general manager, talked about. But the Red Wings, there's a couple of opportunities for the Red Wings too now, okay?
Yeah.
Whether it be Justin Falk as a defensive player, a Kiefer Sherwood, a physical forward that might be a possibility. There are some Erasmus Anderson now as a defensive player. There are ways where Detroit is starting to maneuver their way into these same discussions as other teams are, getting involved too. And the reason I bring it up is because in the past, this has not been Steve Yzerman's method of operation. When we're talking about trade deadline deals, in general, we use the Tigers and Lions as standing pat. We said it yesterday because I said, I asked Kool-Aid, what do the Lions and Tigers have to do with the Pistons? He's talking about it from a fan perspective. If the Red Wings were to make a deal, and they've got time, the trade deadline isn't necessarily upon us. It's not creeping up on us right away. But there are teams out there listening right now. If the Red Wings were to make a deal, do you think that puts any additional pressure on the Pistons to make a deal, considering they're in better shape in their conference than Detroit is than the Red Wings are in theirs, only because of the competition in general?
We always reference the Lions and Tigers.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what you did yesterday.
Yeah.
No, neither one of us brought up the Red Wings and how they don't make trade deadline deals.
Yeah, we did, because I feel like it. I don't really feel like the conversation about the Red Wings is a real one.
Why is that?
Because anything you say about it, it's like it.
I was feeling
Now
that
let me
too.
say it like that. It's Steve Yzerman in the front office, and I don't believe there's any pressure on Steve Yzerman. Like, I believe he's been able to kind of do his own thing, take his time, figure things out, give the excuse that, Ken Holland and salary cap, how that changed when he started, and he had to build this up, and we've got the worst picks in the NHL since. It's just always, he'll get it next year. He'll figure it out next year. He'll figure it out. So it doesn't even make it. Have a conversation about it for what?
Yeah, I would disagree with that this year. I think you were right about that prior to this year. I think there is more pressure on him. Yeah. And I think there's more pressure on him because for a couple of reasons. A, what Dylan Larkin said last year, whether you think it was right or not, okay, people hook, line, and sinker grabbed hold of that. And B, because more and more people are noticing that this team's got some good young talent. He's provided it, which is great, but at some point, get over the hump, knowing full well, even though it's the toughest division in hockey, that the Red Wings fall into the same category as the other teams that I'm talking about. Yeah. And that they haven't done anything.
Okay.
But I don't know if general managers look at other teams in a market. I doubt they would.
Answering, I know they talk. Like
Okay.
we have mutual friends in the business. I've had conversations with them. They definitely talk here in Detroit. To answer your question, I don't think they would be under more pressure, realistically. I think because of how fast they turned it around last year, Trajan Langdon, Coach J.B. Bickerstaff, how they followed up this year in first place, playing well, and Cade's in the MVP category conversation. And you know what we do in Detroit. Fall in love with our players, fall in love with the chemistry, fall in love with the idea of it being Detroit versus everybody. So I don't think the Pistons will be under pressure this year.
I think they're under a different type of pressure because you look at who they have or who the trade assets would be to get rid of Tobias Harris and Jaden Ivey to get a Trey Murphy or a Michael Porter Jr. Both of those guys are expiring contracts, so expiring deals. So what's the choice, especially with Ivy? Are you going to bring him back? What has he shown you so far that you'd want to bring him back? How much is it going to cost? Because those are a lot of things that go into the NBA, especially with their salary cap. Is what do you want to do? Because if you're bringing Tobias back, how much are you going to bring him back for? But exactly,
Yeah, they're not going to bring him back.
Exactly. So it's like you have a point where you have Tobias on the expiring contract, and you also have Jaden Ivey on an expiring contract, who at this point just hasn't shown you enough alongside Cade Cunningham to be a long-term piece on this team. Even though I love Jaden Ivey, I feel like before he got injured last year, he was playing his best ball.
And sound like Kool-Aid.
Now it's this year, and when you have the ability to get Trey Murphy, you gotta go seize that. So that's the pressure that I would say the Pistons are under is, can you get rid of these expiring contracts and bring a player in?
So it's a different kind of pressure is what you're saying. But I think they're both under pressure. No. And I think the reason is because of the opportunity that lies. The opportunity for the Red Wings to finally get into the playoffs. Yeah. You don't want to miss that chance. And you want to make it to start rolling. And the Pistons to legitimately win the Eastern Conference. I would argue that the Pistons might be under more pressure because of that possibility.
I would agree with you if the Pistons would have beat the Knicks last year.
Okay.
Like if they would have beat the Knicks last year, now you're looking at a team that has won a playoff series. And when you win one, it's like, shoot, all right, you won one. Now we just championship. Like now it's time to get to Eastern Conference Final. Or now we believe you can get to the whole thing. But when you haven't won yet, I think there's just a little bit of rope.
I do think some of the circumstances.
Even though it's wide open. I mean, this is wide open. If you lead basically start to finish, okay? If you're leading wire to wire, I think things change. So I think the expectation, and rightfully so, this team wins, throw a number out there, Kool-Aid, 55 games, okay?
Yep.
56
on pace for
games,
60 at the moment.
So on pace for 60, you're the number one seed. Do you think Cleveland had pressure last year to win? They won 64 games.
Yeah, they did.
They won the East, okay?
Yep, a couple times.
True, they did. To your point, they did win the East. They did have the 64 wins. They did have all that. But, however, have we heard any conversations in the offseason or during the season about what they let down last year about them or the whole nine? Like, it was when you have a lot of expectations on you and you have the letdown, there's a lot of conversations. There's a lot of storylines that start with the letdown. You did this or you didn't do that. I didn't really hear that about the Cavs. Like, all I heard was like, yeah, I mean, they haven't necessarily figured it out yet. They got the new head coach, and then what's his name was injured.
Donovan Mitchell.
No, not Donovan, Darius Garland.
Or Darius Garland.
Darius Garland was injured last year. He's their guy. He's the one that kind of makes it shake. I heard a bunch of excuses because nobody cares about the Cleveland Cavs now that LeBron James doesn't play for them.
That's the thing with the Cavs, though, is because it's so.
But you know I'm not lying about that, Chef.
No, it's not that I don't disagree with you. Wow. I didn't hear that because I wasn't following Cleveland, because I didn't care about Cleveland. This team, I think you would hear, not that there should be, hey, you know what, some type of uproar by any stretch. I do believe, though, but if this team, like Kool-Aid says, if this team wins 60 games, and they're the number one seed in the East, and they're healthy, I think the expectations is going to be to the NBA Finals, and rightfully so.
And I think it changes when it's coming out of their mouths, too. Like, we hold the Lions to that. We said, well, Dan Campbell said this, and we get it. When they started to say these things, it was because we saw them get to a place. But the Pistons entered this season saying, we're not just trying to get back to the playoffs. Like, we really believe we have an opportunity to represent the East in the NBA Finals. And so to see them get off to this type of a start, which is even better than what I would have thought. And I was drinking a lot of Pistons Kool-Aid.
No. You? Are you sure?
I'm telling you, Shep. I'm telling you, I was drinking a lot of it, man. But to see where they're at right now, I do believe you go and you take advantage. And I think it's because of what you stated earlier. You have that star. It's what Braylon stated earlier. You have that guy. We're not trying to figure it out. We're not even in a position with like the Hawks, where every year, even though Trae Young helped them get to some new heights, you still heard the rumors. Rod and I used to talk about on Woodward Pistons. You still heard the rumors of him being on the trade block for years, man, and dismantling the talent around him. But with Cade, you know you have a guy that you can continue to put good talent around him, and this team is going to continue to go up.
Well,
you see them lose those vets,
and not just that. You have really good young talent that's going to be here for a while anyway. And even though Sar Thompson, a little bit of a tweak last night, Ron Holland did play very well. All right, really good conversation as always. When we come back, though, there was some of our folks, some of our texts, our group texts, are hilarious when it comes to various sports and various teams outside of Detroit, including what happened with the Dodgers last night. We'll get to that a little bit, too. And then, of course, a lot of football talk, plus Braylon's breakdown at 3. Can't wait for that. But first, this from Ven Johnson and Art and Jakes.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Nobel.
Nobel Peace Prize.
Nobel, that's why I knock. Corporations, the government, even your insurance company, whatever it takes to minimize their liability, they withhold your compensation. So don't let them do it. When they do that, when they go low, we go high. And when they go high, we go higher. Check this out. Make sure Ven Johnson is the very first call you make. He and his law group have been doing this for a very long time at a very high level. You want him in your fight. You want him in your corner to fight for you. Let him do that. Contact Ven Johnson at venfights.com.
Some will say go green, go white. Others will say go blue. There we go. Either way, both those teams are going to square off on January 30th, or I should say January 31st, Saturday, in East Lansing. We want to get you hyped and pumped for the game. Woodward Sports is hosting the Michigan State Watch Party Friday, January 30th at Art and Jake's right there in East Lansing. Wear your school colors proudly. Come and enjoy all the festivities and enjoy some fantastic food, 80 TVs to watch games, and 22 different types of beer on tap. That's Art and Jake's right there in East Lansing with Woodward Sports and the opportunity to go and watch the Michigan State Watch Party with us.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today
for
$1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new face, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shaq Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. Head to WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com.
Like a frostbite straight from the divine. Cold rush on my skin feels so fine. Muscle freeze, the ache. No side effects, no mistake. Chill Sub-Zero. Icy and true. Feel the chill. It's all for you. It's not magic, just science play. Chill Sub-Zero.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week, walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Over 50 metropolitan Detroit locations. It's the gym for you because it's the gym for everybody. We are all strong on this planet. And that planet is Planet Fitness. No judgment here. And also the gym's squeaky clean trainers on staff. Planet Fitness, man, you want to come here. You want to start your journey because they get the plan and it's open for everybody. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
It's Friday.
Hey.
Friday. That means you're going to
paid.
be watching some games. You did? You got paid today?
No, that's a song. Friday.
Okay. I was going to say.
Just got
I'll be
paid.
right back. It's an opportunity for you to go out and enjoy your weekend. How do you do that? You do it with Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea and Woodward Sports Network. Real vodka, real iced tea, no bubbles, just a clean, crisp sip. It's not going to fill you up on game day. Whatever game day it is, and you got plenty of football to watch over the next 3 days, what are you going to be watching it with? Those guys right there. Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Please drink responsibly.
And we bet.
Here's what I've seen a lot of lately.
Okay.
Baseball's broken.
It's been broken, huh?
Kyle Tucker signs for 4 years, $240 million. Isn't it interesting that a team that is viewed as highly intellectual,
yes,
ahead of everybody else, is doing something you and I talked about doing over a month ago? We said, why don't we get creative with Tarek Skubal and do something along the lines of, I don't know, 4 years, $240 million. Those are the numbers you and I talked about.
This is true.
And the Dodgers do it, and they get him, and they give him an out after year 2 and year 3, so he gets a chance to kick that free agent opportunity down the road a little bit. I think they're brilliant. Do I like it? No, but I think they're brilliant. Do I think it's unhealthy for the sport? Absolutely. This is a team that signs Shohei Ohtani, Yamamoto, and you know what they do? They get marketing deals like nobody's business in Japan. They still have one of the best farm systems in all of baseball. When we look at top 100 prospects, the Tigers and Dodgers got more, by the way, all right? So you can talk about the rich getting richer, and that's true, but you know what they do? They take advantage of a system. The system is there for everybody, but the Dodgers are the team that use it the best. Have they become the new evil empire in your mind? Which is pretty appropriate with this wonderful AI.
I'm not going to lie. The Dodger patch on the side is kind of fire.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Somebody's going to see this, and they're going to have a night, and they're going to steal this. And they're going to do this out in L.A., kind of like they do in Ann Arbor.
Yeah.
Look, this is the system. This is created. This is going on. This is acceptable,
like
and
the
they're
shoulder
only
patch.
taking advantage of it. Like, it sucks, but does it really? It sucks. They're getting on. They're loading up on all the baseball players. They're getting all the $50 million contracts. They're getting the best players. They're putting them on the same team. And if you're a lower market team, if you can't keep up, you can't keep up. But I don't know, man. Like it's one of those interesting things. Like I don't know where I'm at with it.
Well,
I know who they blame for it.
Yeah, I know who they blame for it too.
I disagree, but
I would say this. Seattle had a pretty good chance of beating them, didn't they?
They did.
And the Dodgers have spent more over the last 3 off seasons on free agents than Seattle has on their payroll this year. Okay?
And they lost 2 years ago.
Okay. They lost a couple of years ago.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
So.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. And earlier in the National League Championship
3 years
Series, okay, they've been on the ropes. It's not like they've cruised Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea right through the playoffs on a regular basis. Teams have had the opportunity to beat them, but they haven't.
It's like because it's the inevitability of one of these $50 million players is going to figure it out on the night in which you need it. Whether it's a pitcher, whether it's a reliever, whether it's a first baseman, whether it's an outfielder, whether it's the 7th bat. Somewhere along the lines, out of the 9 people in that rotation, and then the pitchers that are playing, which probably 3 a game, you're going to have a $20+ million player that's going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Whereas other teams, when you hit a wall, or when you can't perform, or when the bat's not working, or the pitches aren't going across the plate or hitting the zone where they're supposed to, that's pretty much it. You're going to have to take a loss. Not the Dodgers.
Why are we so concerned and upset? And just in case people were wondering, the Dodgers currently carry a projected $413 million tax payroll into 2026. Okay, that's $96 million more than the second place Mets, who, by the way, didn't make the playoffs last year. Okay, if I said to you, it's $313 million more than the Marlins.
And the Mets owner has more money.
And the Mets owner, yeah, it sure seems like it, doesn't it? He's got more money than
He
anybody.
does.
Yeah. So if that's the case, and I love their lineup and everything else, and I love their pitching staff, and they've got plenty of contracts, like I said, worth, more than $100 million. They got like 8 guys over. If they're taking advantage of it and they're doing it and they're willing to pay for it, why do we have an issue with it?
People have an issue when it's only one person does it. Like the first person that takes advantage of a system, or the first one to crack a system, that's the one you have an advantage with until everybody else catches up. When the Celtics, because that's, in my opinion, everyone blames LeBron for the super teams, and fine, you want to, rightfully so. The Celtics created the first super team to combat the Pistons and LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
And from that, LeBron said, this is what we're doing, and they went and did it. But it becomes the norm. It became the norm in the NBA, the super team. It went from, I can't stand D-Wade and Chris Bosh and LeBron to, damn, I hate Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, and they can shoot the threes, to everybody now shoots threes.
Yeah.
Everybody has 3 stars that are making $30 million or more. Everybody has it. When you win it, look at OKC last year. For as great as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is, look at the other stars that they had on that team.
Mm-hmm.
So that became the norm, and that's now what the NBA is. But it started off, everybody hated the Heat, and then everybody hated the Golden State Warriors.
Right.
It's going to be the same with them. And 2, 3, 4, 5 more teams understand how to play that game, and you see another super team, if you win the World Series, and then people can say, well, other people can do it too. Right now, they just believe that the Dodgers can do it. Just like back in the day, it was like, well, only the Heat. Well, the thing that helped them out is they lost to the Mavericks. But
Well, what's interesting, too, is that, we used to say this about the Yankees, that they were the evil empire. Remember?
Steinbrenner.
Okay, Steinbrenner. He bought his championships. Forget that guys like Thurman Munson were drafted, and forget that Aaron Judge was drafted. Forget that Derek Jeter was drafted. Forget about Don Mattingly. Forget about all that.
he
right?
had a lot of money.
He had a lot of money.
A lot of money on the line.
He sure did. But
Clemens and Damon. And
yeah, he brought guys in. Just so we're clear, we want to bring guys in. Right? Do we not? We don't?
Yeah.
You don't want to bring guys in?
No,
you wouldn't want Bo Bichette?
As a fan base, we do, but the Tigers, as an
Oh,
organization, they don't.
No, I'm talking about as a fan base.
Yeah, as a fan base,
The
yeah.
fan
all
base
these
is
players.
mad at the Dodgers for going out and getting guys who aren't necessarily farm-born,
so
right?
That's projection then.
That's
'Cause
right.
you're really mad at your owner.
You're mad at your
Oh,
owner.
of course. When I saw
That's
it,
right.
my reaction was like, man, shut up. It was like that pure Braylon, man.
My reaction was, we couldn't just up the price of a hot and ready $1 more. Like, what's that gonna do? I mean,
in the stadium, bring
probably gonna
I
piss
don't know,
you
man.
off,
That
F.A.
50 cents threw things off, bro.
Yeah, it's
it
probably
wouldn't
going to
make
piss
me
you
mad at all.
off.
It wouldn't. I tell you.
People would riot.
But then
You should be eating buddies anyway.
There you go.
This is very true. The other side of that is you go and you spend the money, and then you still don't come out in the second round.
That's right.
You spend the money, you do the things. Here we go. We got all that. You do all that just to still lose, and still not to be in contention. I don't care. This is not me saying what you shouldn't do. Just saying maybe that's the managerial standpoint.
It's
And if that's the thing, then we're in a bigger.
Yeah,
bigger.
but this is what I've always said about the Yankees and the teams that before the Dodgers have gone on this massive spending spree. I've said the difference in the Yankees and teams like the Tigers and the Royals and the Pirates and the Brewers and things is they can afford to make a mistake, whereas on a free agent.
Yeah.
Whereas if Detroit makes a mistake on a free agent, like a Javier
Setback.
Baez, right,
Oh, yeah.
it's a setback for a long
Setback.
time. The Yankees can look at that mistake and say, you know what, 2 years, I'm out. Pay the damn contract and move
I'm
on.
out.
Detroit can't do that. Pittsburgh can't do that. Miami can't do that, right? So that's where their huge advantage comes from. But the angst people have for what the Dodgers have done and what they're doing with Ohtani and Freeman and all this other stuff some of it's really creative.
Yeah.
They did trade for Mookie Betts, and Mookie Betts is a hell of a player. They did acquire Max Muncy when the Oakland A's didn't want him. They did draft Will Smith.
Freddie Freeman?
Yeah, Freddie Freeman, right. They signed him as a free agent. So they do have guys.
Agent.
And then Cody Bellinger, they signed him, and they moved on from Cody Bellinger. I mean, I'm a little confused at why Tigers fans or people in general are pissed off when really they want their team to act like the Dodgers, but they don't know how to manipulate the system as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's the same thing I said. I mean, it's legitimately your owner won't do it. That's what the perception is. The perception is, why can't we do this? The owner won't do this, and that and the third. It's just not the case. They chose to take advantage of the system. A lot of those guys aren't even getting paid right away. They're putting them on a back turn payment, so they're not even spending that money right now per se. So they legitimately loophole the system, and by now,
It's brilliant. It really is. Andrew Friedman is brilliant, and what they're building is one of the greatest dynasties, I would argue, in sports history, is what they've done. I mean, if you think about it and you look at their starting lineup is Ohtani as DH, Betts as the shortstop, Freeman is your first baseman, Tucker in right, Muncy at third, Will Smith is the catcher, Teoscar Hernandez in left field, Andy Paez in center field, and Tommy Edman at second base. And Tommy Edman, by the way, just so people are aware, he's got 2 World Series rings, and he was an NLCS MVP.
As he should be.
Yeah.
Both those guys hit, though. They still hit. Even though they're at the bottom of the lineup, those 2 guys are obviously the lower name on that in that lineup.
But they swing with the best of them.
They also have one of the best outfield prospects in all of baseball. So what's funny to me is we've been told.
And they don't
go ahead.
And they don't play for the regular season anymore.
They don't.
Like, they have all those star power. They pay all those players, and they pay them mainly for the postseason. They're not. Everybody else. Remember last season? Everybody was like, "Man, they're gonna go 162 and up." They don't want to go 162 and up.
Right.
They want to be second, third seed, get in, whatever it is. They know that they have the depth at all-star.
Yeah.
They have all-star depth, and they can make it through all the 7 rounds. I mean, you see all the 7-game series.
But what's funny to me is that we have since last year ended.
Blue Jays almost got it.
Blue Jays did. They were in on it. But we kept hearing various names associated with the Tigers. Alex Bregman's going to opt out in Boston, so Detroit could have a chance. You and I both said that's not happening.
I knew it was.
Bo Bichette. You could make Bo Bichette a third baseman. Did any of us think it was? I mean, come on.
This is what we wanted.
And the Mets just signed him for $42 million for 3 years.
Tigers can't even sign their own superstar, let alone trying to find one to sign.
That's even more as a fan base.
Yeah.
As a fan of the sport and of the Tigers, how it's like when you're a fan of an organization like that, it's like, can I really be a fan of an organization that's doing their own player that dirty when he has shown no signs of regressing? He's only gotten better. He's only added another Cy Young. So why would you not, you're going to wait for him to get 3 so the price goes up even more? Like, what are you doing? As a fan, I'm like, you should have signed him 2 years ago. You wouldn't have had this problem.
Well, I wouldn't have signed him 2 years
He
ago.
would have traded him.
Yeah. I wouldn't have signed him 2 years ago. He didn't win the Triple Crown 2 years ago. And he didn't win a second straight Cy Young. He was coming off an elbow surgery.
Well,
and if they would have done that, if he would have done that, you and me and everybody else would have been pissed off because you were going, you know what? What are you doing that for a guy who's injured? The Lions sign injured players, draft injured players, and now we're rewarding a guy who's been injured coming off a tendon surgery? That's what we would have done.
So last year
I feel like they should have signed him after the first Cy Young.
After the Triple Crown.
Yep. 2 seasons ago, I should say.
Yeah.
And for how much? Just out of curiosity.
I mean, whatever. I mean, it would have been a lot cheaper than it is now. Because after another Cy Young, that price only goes up.
Yeah. I don't. Do you guys believe in untouchable players? Do you think there are untouchable players?
I think Luka Doncic last year proved that there's no such thing as an untouchable player.
Well said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I would have, I could have made a case for both, but I think I would have leaned on the side of there are untouchable players. There's some players that you can't touch. I think we're coming into a wave where you see owners. It's about different things now. It's about coin, etc. So I don't think there are untouchable players. I really don't.
I agree 100% with you. If Juan Soto can get traded, okay, if Mark McGwire could get traded, Ryan Sandberg got traded early in his career, if Randy Johnson can get traded, if Nolan Ryan can get traded, if Lou Brock and Babe Ruth can get traded, anybody can get traded. I don't think anybody is untouchable.
In baseball.
I would argue in I was going to say in any sport. That's a tough one.
Patrick Mahomes would be the first.
Yeah,
who are the untouchables?
Josh Allen.
Right.
Josh Allen.
I would say Patrick Mahomes. That's a good one. Of course, Brady in his prime. You wouldn't do that. If I were the Red Wings, I wouldn't have traded Nick Lidstrom. Right. Okay. So yeah, there are guys in certain sports, but in baseball, yes.
Yeah, I don't think.
I would.
Cade right now is definitely untouchable. At 24 years old.
I can see Connor McDavid.
I had to get that in there real quick.
You can see Connor McDavid
in
getting
hockey. I can.
I can't see him or Nathan McKinnon getting traded. But here's the thing: you at least
Edmonton
have to.
has a history.
Yeah,
throwing it out there.
Yeah, you do have to listen to it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you got to trade him, but you could listen to it. Why wouldn't you?
Do your due diligence.
Absolutely, it's part of your job.
You got to do a lot more diligence than your. What was his name? Harrison.
Nico.
Nico Harrison.
Shout out Dallas, man.
You could have got 4 first-round picks as well.
Listen, Nico fell on the sword. Not fell on the sword. That's such the wrong thing. It was above Nico. Hey, I'm telling you, Adam Silver told Nico, this is what's going to happen. You're going to sit there. This is what you're going to do. You'll get paid.
I saw some theories on it, man.
There's no way that this is Nico. There's no way that Nico just in the middle of the night pulled the trigger on one of the largest deal in NBA history.
No. Didn't just pull the trigger. Got walked back on the deal too. Like, you know
legitimately,
what?
like in the middle of the night,
goods.
he can go through with this deal. Get the F.
Well, but do remember this with Luka
hearing
Doncic. What was the complaint last year?
He was out of shape.
That he was fat. That he was all out of shape.
Didn't look like it when he got to the Lakers.
I remember Mike Finley took the beer from him.
It didn't look like it when he got to the Lakers this year, but last year when he was traded to the Lakers, the complaint was that he was out of shape.
Right.
He didn't play defense.
Right.
All the things that you and I talked about.
Welcome to 2025 in the NBA.
Amen.
Welcome to 2025 in the NBA.
And that's
I watched James Harden.
Well, James Harden's never played defense.
Well, for the Lakers, it's perfect because
what has Luka ever done?
No, he doesn't play defense either. That's why I don't like him. I don't like either one.
So what I'm saying is, when you had that conversation, like now you choose to say he don't play defense. He didn't play defense from the time you scouted him when he was 15.
Right, exactly.
Till now, all of a sudden he doesn't play defense. When you have a new ownership, new GM, I'm telling you, that was above Nico's pay grade.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I wouldn't doubt that either. It may have been the owner. It may have been the owner with the league. I wouldn't put it past at all. As long as you can guarantee me
Mark Cuban got
something in your eye. Yeah.
Hold on.
Make sure you give me the number 1 overall pick so I can get Cooper Flag. That's right. Yeah. And they had the second worst odds to get that. Is that
Cuban
right?
was like, I want no parts of this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, second worst odds, and now he was with the first pick in 2025 NBA draft.
Exactly. He wants no part of it, even though he let a guy run rampant with all kinds of sexual assaults and stuff like that. He wants no part of it. Okay.
It's crazy where they draw these lines.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. We appreciate you.
Wait a minute.
We appreciate you walking that fine line as a great owner there in the NBA. Oh man, it is hot.
So the Dodgers, they're going to run it back. They're going to triple it up. Is that where they're at right now?
If they stay healthy, someone's got to find me.
Stay healthy. They got 97 All-Stars. They can have 10 people get hurt, and they still will have the second best odds to win the World Series.
Exactly.
Stay healthy.
They can play their backups. They can play their AAA team.
I believe so.
Think about this. Here's their. So I went through their lineup. Think about their starting rotation. Yamamoto, who is MVP, right, of the World Series.
Yep.
Blake Snell,
All-Star.
Shohei Ohtani,
All-Star.
Tyler Glasnow,
All-Star.
and Sasaki.
All-Star to be.
Is that crazy or what?
It is.
That's how the Yankees used to.
It's not crazy.
That's what the Yankees
It
sounded
is.
like,
Yeah,
man.
I'm about to say insane.
The late 90s, early 2000s, that's what the Yankees sounded like.
Like who's their worst player? I think their worst player is Max Muncy. Doesn't he own
He owns an MVP.
I don't think he owns an MVP, but what he did do.
The worst. Oh no, he didn't.
I think he's got the Dodgers' all-time home run postseason record.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
I something. I was way
it's
off.
absolutely insane.
Yeah, just chilling as the 10th best player.
Yeah, that's okay on that team. I think you'll take it. Yeah.
You know, I see Demigod Tutorials in the chat. He says, I guarantee the Pistons make a little move. to help us for the postseason, unlike the trashy Tigers. That's where fans have been, Shep.
Randall
Y'all
Small
got
said,
Shep chuckling, bro.
Randall Small says, I'll take my Tigers over the Dodgers. I love your enthusiasm, Randall.
There we go,
You're
Randall.
a wonderful man.
I appreciate
absolutely.
Randall. You know, I got nothing negative to say about Randall. I won't even.
Me
I
either.
got nothing.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
This is a good
Absolutely
point.
not.
Art Vandelay. Vandelay. Good Seinfeld reference. Montana got traded.
From the Creamsicles.
No, Montana.
To the Chiefs.
To the Chiefs, right.
Yeah, at the end of his rope.
At the end of Eric Lindros got
He
traded.
still went to the AFC Championship.
He did.
Where he lost to none other than John Elway.
Right. I thought, that was when he was in Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Somebody else put in the chat, Eric Lindros was untradeable. That's right, he was with Quebec. And then he goes to the Flyers. We all know that because the Red Wings beat them and swept them in 4. So it's good stuff. Yeah.
So there is no such thing as untouchable because at the end of the day, Gretzky got traded. Like, the bill's going to come due. Like, what I mean by the bill, there's going to be a situation that presents itself that could always negate, and it always has to do with COIN, coin.
Amen to that.
Untouchable for a time frame.
Yeah, Micah Parsons before the season. Did we think he wouldn't be in Dallas?
Hell no.
Especially with Jerry Jones' track record. Jerry Jones, what is one thing he does? He takes care of his drafted players.
Yeah.
Like he held on to Zeke leg fall off, and then brought Zeke back.
Yeah.
Like him gone, I'm not gonna lie, that one caught me off guard. I said, "Damn, Jerry traded Micah."
By the way, you mentioned Connor McDavid and Wayne Gretzky. Connor McDavid turned 29 earlier this week. Okay. Most points by a player before turning 29. Wayne Gretzky, 1,935 points before 29. His advantage over number 2, which is Mario Lemieux, is 724 points.
Are you serious?
That's 6.5 seasons. Think about it. Connor McDavid is third.
That's insane.
Connor McDavid is one of the best players you've
Power
ever seen.
stat,
Yeah.
1,162 points before the age of 29. He had his 20-game point streak snapped last night in a 1-0 loss. Think about that. 1162. Gretzky was 1935. That's how insane it truly is. And then one more for you.
Yeah.
Most assists. Gretzky, 1,271 before age 29. McDavid is second with 771. So it's like when Gretzky, like McDavid just had the 20-game point streak, which is unbelievable, right? Gretzky did it 50 straight games where he had at least a point, and I think he did it 4 times.
Gretzky's the one guy in the one sport where there's really not any debate over, 1, who the GOAT is, and then 2, who the GOAT is. And what I mean by that is Gretzky got passed in goals by Ovechkin.
Correct.
Nobody in that conversation as it was happening, after it happened, nobody said, well, now let's open up the conversation. No, because there is no conversation to open up.
Yeah.
Any other sport, you can have a conversation about 3 to 4 guys, maybe just say 5 to make it an odd, complete number. You can't have it in hockey. Hockey, there's one player. Gordie Howe it's fun to throw his name up there. Like, Wayne Gretzky is the guy in hockey. He's the guy.
Yeah.
Like, there's no other sport like that. Football, you're like, well, is it Jim Brown? Is it this guy?
Offensive,
defensive. In baseball, it's like, well, this guy's a hitter, this guy's a pitcher. You can't really argue him. So who's the best hitter, best player? Hockey is one name, the great one.
Yeah, I've said this before. People have snarled at me. That's okay. I mean, I think he's the most dominant athlete of my lifetime. He did stuff you're not supposed to do in that sport. Let me give you a quick example, and then we'll go to break. Nikita Kucherov a year ago led the league in points with 121. It was a really good year, right? 121. Gretzky, in his career at age 19, went 137, 164, 212, 195, 205, 208, 215, 183, 149. He eclipsed 121 for 12 straight years.
Yeah.
It was nothing. I know it's a different game. Totally different game, right? Goaltenders were smaller, right? Yeah. The equipment was smaller, so it's harder today. Yeah. I get all that. But the domination, you're not supposed to win an MVP 8 times in a 9-year span and 9 times in an 11-year span.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to do it in that sport because, Braylon, every game you played, you weren't measured against the other receiver. If you had a really good game, people measured you against your last game. Your junior year, you weren't being measured against other people in the Big Ten. You're being measured against your sophomore year. And your senior year, when you set all kinds of records, it was based on what you were going to do the previous year. Yeah. That's what it is. And that's the same thing with him. You win an MVP 8 straight years, you're being compared to not Mario Lemieux or Steve Eiserman. You're being compared to yourself from a year ago.
And what I liked about hockey is, and they allowed him to do so, one, he deserved it, and they stayed out of it politically. Like in other sports, that could be the case, but because of politics, we don't want you to win this year. We don't want you to win this year. Gretzky was able to do it in the AHL because they were honest, year in and year out. The only pushback that I would have, though, is once he left Edmonton, those championships, they disappeared.
Well, the first year he actually went there. Went to the Stanley Cup Finals. They just lost. They lost
like
4-1. Right.
The Stanley Cup wins.
Yeah.
Wins.
Yeah. The Stanley Cup wins were not there. I think they lost 4 games to 1 in Montreal.
He left in 89, 88?
He went to Montreal he went to the Kings, and then when he left the Kings, is what you're saying?
But the Kings didn't win. Neither did the Rangers.
Correct. The Rangers. He didn't win in St. Louis either.
And so that would be the only pushback, which, just for fun.
Yeah, so 80, I think 88, 89 is when he went to the Kings. And
retired in 2002?
He retired. When did he retire? No, I thought he retired before
99,
the 2000.
maybe.
Yeah, 99. His year, his number.
99.
Good one. Good one. Yeah. But I think, in 88, 89, when he went to L.A., they went to the Stanley Cup Finals and they lost to the Habs. Sean Baligian was real happy last time they won, and lost in 5 games.
I think for Wayne Gretzky, for that conversation, you have to have a new conversation as it relates to. There's only certain people that you can put in that category. Like, I think a lot of times we say who's the greatest athlete. I don't think you can put some of those individuals in his category. There's a new conversation. Most dominant. That would be like a Bill Russell. That would be like a Michael Phelps. That would be like a Katie Ledecky. That would be like
Good one.
Wayne Gretzky. That'd be like Tiger Woods, his 2000 run and what he did. Yeah. Like, that's a different kind. I mean, you can even throw Jordan in that one, realistically, and what he did, 3 on and then 3 in another one.
Yeah.
That's a different conversation than who's the greatest athlete.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought up Katie Ledecky. Good for you. What she did last night was just unbelievable in Austin, winning with the second fastest time in the 1500. She literally touched the wall. Other people were coming to touch the wall, but they had to flip and go back. She lapped them.
It's called getting lapped.
Okay, she lapped them.
That's when you bring out this. Everybody knows this when you go to track meets.
Yeah.
That's that sympathy clap. It's like, come on, don't do them like that. Come on, they trying hard out there. You got to clap for them. It's a sympathy clap.
Yeah, she's an amazing athlete. She has the 17 of the fastest 18 women's times in that event. She hasn't lost that event.
Competing against yourself.
Yeah, I know. That's competing against yourself. She hasn't lost in that event in like almost 6,000 days.
You got to tell her how old she was.
Okay. So the last swimmer to beat her was Caitlin Polowitz, and that was in 2010. Okay. The difference was Katie Ledecky was 13.
Whew. Yeah.
13 years old. That's the last time she lost that event.
She's 28.
She's an amazing player.
How
Amazing.
is that?
You know what's amazing? Braylon's breakdown, and I can't wait for it. When we come back, Braylon Edwards gives us his thoughts on what we might see and why these teams are where they are in the NFL playoffs this weekend after we hear this from Smoothie King and Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning.
The winter can try to slow you down. Like, it's trying to slow these people out there down right now. They got snow on the ground, the whole 9 yards of snow is coming down, but they're still moving and soaking you, and where you should move is a Smoothie King, man. Go ahead and pick up one of those smoothies, whether it's the green vegan one or the vegetarian one, or you got the banana and strawberry. That's Chef's go-to. That's his jam. You got the peanut butter espresso. Got some of these new flavors, but the best thing about them is they're real ingredients. They're real fruit. So that's what you want to put in your body, man. The good stuff, if you will. That's why we partner up with Smoothie King, to get you the good stuff. Also, the Smoothie King High School Athlete of the Week will be back. Can't wait to see the new crop of athletes and the new sports that we talk about. Finally get some of those baseball players come March. Talk to me. Smoothie King. Visit now.
Yeah, enjoy it in March, because this is a really good sign that they're going to absolutely have a lockout next year. in baseball. Yeah. Not a lockout, but a shout out to Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Shout out.
You like that, don't you, Kool-Aid? Metro Detroit for over 40 years has been their home. You and your neighbors have been their extended family. Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning, full swing now with wintertime. They know your system has to run smoothly and dependable. If your system ever breaks down, you don't expect it, but Sharon's has got you covered with fast, dependable emergency service that you can rely on. Go to their website, sharonsheating.com, or call them today, 734-238-3805, and tell them the Braylon Edwards Show sent you.
You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports.
It's game on at Art and Jake's. Wings, burgers, pizza, and ice-cold drinks served up with attention to detail. Wall-to-wall TVs, great service, and a vibe that keeps your crew coming back. Art and Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shaq Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the
Testing.
games.
1, 2, 3, testing. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see your
It's on. It's on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Do you hear anything, Kool-Aid, in the microphones? Do y'all hear anything? You never hear it. Are you getting the levels? Let me see.
To bring the oppressors to justice.
We can't hear him.
No, that's all good. Yo, test it.
Oh yeah, secure and preserve our civil liberties. To get each and every one of our clients the
Do a
justice
chat.
they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you.
Y'all hear me? I'm not messing with you guys.
Again. Then fights.
We appreciate you.
Like a frostbite straight from the divine. Cold rush on my skin feels so fine. Muscle freeze, the ache. No side effects, no mistake. Chill sub-zero. Icy and true. Feel the chill. It's all for you. It's not magic, just science play. Chill sub-zero.
Head to WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com.
Caesar Sportsbook. If I told you you could place any bet up to $1,000, and if you lose, you get that back, you would think I'm crazy. Scan this QR code, enter the code Woodward1000, and if your first bet doesn't hit, you'll get your deposit back up to $1,000. That's right, up to $1,000 back just for giving it a shot. Minimum bet, just $20. Download the Caesar Sportsbook app today, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Use code Woodward1000. Once again, use code Woodward1000 or scan the QR code on the screen. Caesar Sportsbook.
Be back. Is that my line now? We back? That's supposed to be you. You're the one, Kool-Aid, who's supposed to give us we back. But I'm picking it up off you. Welcome back. Braylon Edwards Show, Monday through Friday, 2 till 4 here on Woodward Sports, just before the heavyweights a little bit later on. I'm sure they will use this segment, I hope they do, for their NFL breakdown. They'll be talking about it. We're going to be talking about the NFL teams we think will advance past this weekend. But first, let's get to Braylon's breakdown on some really cool stuff that we can expect this weekend, Braylon.
Yeah, breakdown Chill Medicated.
MedicatedCBD.com. That's where you go get them, man. From the chill syrup on this side. This is really good for you, and it won't make you loopy. This is not what it does to you. It gets you in the game, takes care of your body, it relaxes you, gives you actually some things that go well with the body, the Extreme and the Stream Body Rub. This is what I use when I'm going to the gym and when I'm at the house relaxing before I go to sleep. I use these products. I stand by them. I'm not trying to sell you anything that I myself don't take. So, chillmedicated.cbd.com. Check it out. It is definitely worth the aches and pains. Sometimes they just fade away with Chill Medicated.
Yeah. Well, right. your triceps are over muscular. That's the problem.
I took a break today. I did not lift triceps today per Dr. Pierce, who we definitely listen to. Yeah. So I took a break on the triceps, a little bicep.
Just so people know, Dr. Pierce was in yesterday. Braylon has a bit of a problem with the arm, and the doctor says, "Well, that's because your triceps are overdeveloped." And Braylon's like, "Well, come on, man."
And I said, "What?"
He says, "Your triceps are bigger than your biceps." Anyway, go ahead. That's where that stems from.
All right, cool. So we're done with this. We'll get into some of these playoff games. Plays that we have today from the 49ers Eagles game, as well as I want to say the Steelers and the Texans. We'll show you the Texans defense, but we'll show you the San Francisco 49ers offense. And by the way, why we're not showing Lions plays? Because they're not in the playoffs. We'll get to some of those soon. This play, though, is interesting. It's Christian McCaffrey. I want to show it because I also want the Lions to implement more of these things. This is old school angle right. Hit play on it if you could for me, Hefe. You'll see. We'll get it in a second. You can start over.
Here we go.
Yeah, just start over. It's all good. Yeah, 100% slow. We'll get it going in a second, if you will. It's just the angle route. What I wanted you to notice is decent protection for Brock Purdy, but watch him step up because the play takes a little longer. You'll notice that Nakobe Dean, linebacker, you'll see him at the top right. He's going to be on Christian McCaffrey. You'll see McCaffrey go through, find the spot, sell the route as if he's going on a flat route, and then he runs the angle route. But hit play, watch Brock Purdy step up and make a pass. Sometimes this is what your quarterbacks got to do. Brock Purdy, if they want to beat the Seattle Seahawks, he's going to have to make some plays like this. Hit play for me, Hefe. A little delay, that's all. It takes a little time. It's acting up in there. It's cutting up a little bit. Shep, on this play right here, what we'll show you once we get it active and once we get it going, Christian McCaffrey's going to sell it. We spend a lot of time running a lot of flat routes. You saw one he scored a touchdown on. The game before this, came out here, called it in flat, ran right up in there. That's what he does well.
Yeah.
So Nakobe Dean is actually expecting him to go to the flat. He's expecting to sell the flat route. That's why he's able to put his foot in the ground, and then Brock Purdy's able to step up. We not on, it's not going to work.
By the way, he's on the 4-yard line. Do you like quarterbacks out of the shotgun that deep into a territory?
There we go. Christian McCaffrey makes a move on Trent Williams. Look, sells it. Nakobe Dean's out of position. Hell of a play by Brock Purdy. He's able to find a window. He actually made some throws to be in Philadelphia on the road, in the cold. He made some throws over the middle where they said that's not where he operates well. He made some good throws to me, including this one and one that we'll see in a second. But this is a great route. Watch him. Trent Williams may get away with a hold right there. You see Brock Purdy's going to stab a little bit of a hold. Brock Purdy steps up, gets away, keeps his eyes on the play. This is a good design by a quarterback. That's what you want to be able to see your quarterback do. He didn't step up and start the scramble. He didn't step up and now he's looking sporadically where to go with the ball. He looked up and he stayed with what he knew would be the read. The read was Christian McCaffrey. You see his man-to-man coverage. He's just waiting for him to put his foot in the ground. He does. Nakobe Dean is cooked, as they say. Hell of a delivery, touchdown, Christian McCaffrey. He's just, every time you need him, Christian McCaffrey is there making plays, and usually they happen to be in pay dirt. So shout out to Christian McCaffrey on that play. All right, next play. Good job, Kool-Aid and my guy Hefe figuring it out. Here you go, Brock Purdy. You want to be Seattle on the road? The 12th man is real. I've played in that stadium. I've been part of Seattle. I've seen teams come in and play bad because of that. Here we go, a little trickery. Hand off to Sky Moore. Sky Moore pitches it back to Juwan Jennings. Fakes the reverse, although I don't know why they really believed it. He never really ran towards the line of scrimmage. Sits in there and takes the hit. Let me get a rewind, Hefe, if you can. It's a hell of a catch by Christian McCaffrey. There's only about 6 receivers in the league that can catch the ball as good as that. Watch your boy Brock Purdy leave Juwan Jennings out to dry. I know he got paid contract, but come on. Come on, Brock. Get in the way. Do something. Throw a body in him. Do something because Juwan got racked. But it was a hell of a... This is a throw in a playoff game on the road by a wide receiver. This is a hell of a call by Kyle Shanahan, and this is a hell of a throw By Juwan Jennings. This might be the play of the week, realistically.
I agree. I don't take anything away from him. He was a very highly recruited high school quarterback.
Hit
believe
pause.
it or not.
Hit pause.
Highly recruited.
I don't care anything about him being a highly recruited high school quarterback. How long ago was that?
Long time ago.
Long time ago. This is the playoffs.
Amen.
On the road.
Yeah.
At night for all the marbles.
In the cold.
Look at the score.
Yeah, in the cold.
Better spiral than
Fourth quarter.
Right.
This to your point, this might be a little bit better spiral than Brock Purdy.
Hey, listen. This is what Ben Johnson was envisioning against Washington. Here, Jameson Williams, throw the pass. Only Juwan Jennings knows how to throw. That's the difference. And has 2 touchdown passes in the playoffs now in his career.
Yeah, that looked like desperation. That J-Mo pad. Hey, Shep, I'm glad you brought that up. Once they went to the reverse by J-Mo, I think that's when we as a Lions collective, whether you are not a bandwagon or whether you're a bandwagon, that as a collective, we were like, it's over. It is officially over.
Yeah.
But this is a hell of a throw.
Yep.
Brock, come on, man. Hold your guy down. And if you're going to do this, you know what he owes him? Next game, you got to get him in the pay dirt. You got to get Juwan Jennings in the pay dirt. All right, let's see the next play. It's a hell of a throw. And then it's a hell of a catch by Christian McCaffrey. Catches the ball like you want to. Ball comes in, catches over his shoulder. All right, now this is a nice pass over the middle. Second quarter, down 7. Brock Purdy takes it. So he'll make plays, and you're like, well, okay. He did a couple of those against the Packers a couple years ago. He did a couple of those against the Lions when they needed him. And in this game, he's pretty good. Stays in there to get firm protection up front. Yeah, this is a good play right here. This is nice. 49ers or Seahawks, Shep? We'll get into that. You save it. We'll get into that. All right, let's get the next play and get out of this Nintendo. Here we go. Pittsburgh Steelers. Keep in mind, this same team, you know what? I don't have to say that again. That's very mean. I won't hit another straight for the Lions. I'll leave them alone. Danielle Hunter, Will Anderson just pinning their ears back. Here we go. That was a bad throw. Rewind it for me, though. This is what running backs got. Like, running backs get a piece. Like, running backs always get a piece. Like, look at this right here. This is what David Montgomery is good at. When he's going in the passing game, he will get a piece right here on the bench. Yeah, so this was an ugly game. Blowout. Here we go. No chip. Same play?
Yeah.
Yeah, same play.
I mean, he's clean, too. That's a clean pocket.
All right, last play. Woody marks in. Here we go. It doesn't matter that he went to that other school. Right here. You're the linebacker. Watch the linebacker. Watch the receiver. You never let a man come free from your offense.
Amen.
And they didn't get any help that game.
Can't keep going 3 and out.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll have some more footage for you guys. But just getting back into the swing of the thing. That's Braylon's breakdown first. But, man, Christian McCaffrey. Like, if I were Mike McDaniel or whoever is going to come in here to the Detroit Lions, I would pay a lot of attention to how Bijan Robinson was used and how Christian McCaffrey was used. He's the same type of running back, and they have a lot of success. Like, it is nothing wrong with taking some plays that work for elite running backs that match with Jahmyr Gibbs.
Amen to that.
Not to get confused on that last play. That was Christian Kirk. I know.
Christian Kirk, excuse me.
Yeah, Christian. No, but we had a.
Oh, you talking about the Stephen A. Smith, the Charlie Kirk and Christian Kirk deal? Why were people so mad at that? You know how many times,
it's a genuine mistake, but it's
plus he crosses over. He does a lot of political stuff. So
people were hot.
It wasn't meant in negativity at all.
I feel like it's more funny than it is like to be mad at. It's like
I think it's because the situation's still fresh and there's a lot of individuals. Just relax.
Yeah,
he didn't mean anything by it.
Yeah,
at least I don't know him.
You can go after him for a lot of things. Okay. But that probably isn't one of them. I mean, we all make honest mistakes in that regard. Okay,
I've probably called Bryce Young 90 times this year.
Yeah, and right, I mean, it's not intentional.
My mom still gets me and my brother mixed up sometimes. It's
Is that right?
Yeah.
What's his name?
She'll just have a blunder.
Well, your brother should be offended. Your brother should be more offended.
No, he would be happy. That's crazy.
F.A. said I should be more.
I'm the one insulted.
He said I'm a little bit lighter.
Yeah. When we come back, we're going to dive into the NFL playoffs. Let's get to some of our picks and
it's okay,
why you think.
It's okay not to run from it. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause a lot of people out there running from the playoffs. It's okay. We're going to get it together next season, man. We're going to get it together. Tune into the playoffs and watch. I know you love football.
Do you think people are avoiding it? If you're a Detroit Lions fan, are you watching the playoffs? Or
you know why? I think this is why. Lions will stop avoiding if the Bears lose. Like, the Lions are still avoiding right now because Ben Johnson's very fresh in the playoffs. Matt Stafford's there. We'll see what happens this week. But
Well, those two square off. What do you think? Do you think Lions fans
That's the tease.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
No, if we're gonna go into it, let's lock into it now.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's lock into it. Bottom of the hour, we'll get into our picks. Do you think Lions fans dislike one more than the other, and if so, which would it be?
Ooh, I have a great follow-up question for this.
Okay.
Let's go around the room. I think yes. The answer is yes, and I think it is. I think it's Ben Johnson.
Because?
Well, I think it's Ben Johnson because he left. And he joined the Death Star. He goes to the Chicago Bears. People won't let him forgive that. He went into the division. Yeah, you still have people calling radio stations crying. I can't believe he went to the same division. Why would you do it like that? Yes, I think it's Ben Johnson. I think it's going to the same division. I think it's semi-trolling of Jared Goff, like once he left and not being a mobile quarterback. Now he had Caleb Williams, kind of a shot. Took a couple shots, if you will, here and there. And I think people just, they hate it so much. And now that he's good, now that they realize, well, we shouldn't have been hating on him. Now people hate him even more.
Maybe we should have hated that defense a little bit more.
He's taking his shirt off on the field. He's got a playoff win. His team is doing things. I believe that it would. Because remember, when Matt Stafford left, when they got to the Super Bowl that year, there were a lot of people in this town. I don't know if you were one of them, but some of you were one of them that had on Detroit Rams, or was it Detroit Rams?
Yes.
Like, that's last time I checked, that's called support.
Yeah.
I don't see anybody wearing no Ben Johnson shirts.
Amen to that.
So I would say Ben Johnson.
Yeah, I would say Ben Johnson because it's fresher. And then I try to balance that out with, yeah, but Stafford won the Super Bowl that we felt like should be ours someday. Not that it should have been that year, but someday.
I'm glad you said that.
I think it's Ben Johnson because of how he acts. I think even though we don't mind guys who are braggadocious and guys who are willing to talk about our town, and rightfully so. Why wouldn't we like guys like that? Because we want to be loved. Yeah. I think Ben Johnson going there and acting the way he did and doing his little sayings in the locker room and taking his shirt off.
Good, better, best.
Being smug. Is that what it is?
Good, better, best.
Good, better, best.
Better than the rest.
That's what he does.
Something.
And I think people are over that.
Brady's almost balled fully in.
No, I'm not balled in. I'm just having fun. I'm trolling for the sake of the show. Kool-Aid, you're not off the hook. You don't have face. Same thing. Jared Goff, Ben Johnson. Like, where's the most angst for you? If there is some there.
You know what? I believe Jared Goff is going to be all right long term. For me, you know.
Oh, I said Jared Goff. I said Matt Stafford.
You mean Matt Stafford?
Matt Stafford versus Ben Johnson.
It's Ben Johnson, man. I think that there are a lot of people.
No
who
hesitation
believe,
there. He says it right away.
Yeah, I think there's people who believe that Matthew Stafford didn't get the best support from the organization, and so sometimes it's easier to process him going away and you know what? Had that success, you got something that Calvin and Barry didn't really get to take advantage of.
Can I play devil's advocate?
Yeah.
He asked out.
Yeah.
Ben Johnson didn't.
I thought that was the worst kept secret in the league. We heard Ben Johnson to the Bears for a few years, stayed on that one extra year, heard all the rumors through the playoffs, and then you went in division. That's tough, man. I think that trumps it.
I love the conversation about he asked out, and that conversation only is even worth entertaining because, I love the conversation about him asking out. It's like it's worth entertaining because the Lions became what they became. So now it's like yeah, he asked out. You see what we were able to do. Lions sucked.
Yeah.
And the Lions front office sucked. Everything they did sucked. Everything was bad about the organization at the time.
I don't blame him.
In which he asked out.
I do not blame him. He had no faith, nor should he have had any faith that this organization was get it right. I'm glad they got it right. It's really cool. But if I were him, and it's funny when the same people who complain about that are the same people who they themselves say
poll that.
The same people who will sit there and say, you know what? I'm not watching him anymore. I'm Lions free. I'm going to go cut my grass. I'm going to go rake leaves. I'm going to go with the kids to the cider mill. Those same people who gave up on their team are pissed because Matthew Stafford, who had to live it every single day, not every Sunday, every single day, said, you know what? I don't think you guys know what you're doing. I want to go someplace and I want to win because I'm tired of losing. He was right. He moved on, and he was right. Max Scherzer thought the same thing. He was right. He moved on, bet on himself, and it worked out for him.
It hurt.
It does hurt.
But he was right.
Yeah, he was right.
I think also, too, it's Ben Johnson for this reason. It's Ben Johnson because now that we look back, now that hindsight is 20/20, we can look at everything. Matt Stafford took himself, and he left. Ben Johnson took now what we know to be the offense.
Yeah.
He took with him our system.
Stafford got his draft picks back.
That's a good point.
And we had to watch our system on full display in the fourth quarter all season long for the Chicago Bears. So I think that's also, too, realized. Hefe, would you agree?
Yeah, it's Ben Johnson easily because of the fact that it's in division. And everyone hates the Bears already. So you're going to hate the fact that Ben Johnson went over there and you missed the playoffs, and he's in the playoffs.
Hey, he looking kind of good, ain't he?
It's almost like doubling down on the hatred. And I'm actually a Matthew Stafford fan of the player himself.
Okay.
Matthew Stafford.
I'm glad you can disassociate. A lot of people can't.
And that's a crime.
Yeah.
But
Who that man?
Stafford as a player, I'm a fan of. And when he went and got the Super Bowl with the Rams, I was rooting for him because I knew as a player he was that talented. He's always been that talented.
Yeah, but
I wasn't rooting against him, but I wasn't rooting for him. No, I can't do that.
And him leaving.
Yeah, I was kind of rooting for him. What do I care about the Bengals, right?
I definitely was.
I was rooting for him, but the only thing I would second to that is that what if he gets there again, though? I think Lions. You're different. Ooh. Lions fans in general won't be happy with it. My guess would be, and I don't know what the poll is, so Kool-Aid put that out there. Braylon called for a poll. Who do you hate more? Or are wishing to lose? I would guess maybe Stafford wins this, but next week when Stafford and or the Rams have to play whomever, San Francisco or Seattle, my guess is a lot of people say this is where we want it to end for him. They would like it back to back.
Yep.
That's just you know what that is? That's pure hatred that you had that player in your building, your team, in your organization, and he didn't get it done. But it's not. For I look at it as the organization.
I was just about to say that. I wouldn't hate
Matt
Stafford.
It's not a fault of the player itself because we don't hate Calvin. We don't hate Barry. I know they retired early, but Matthew Stafford.
But those two are the all-time greatest players at their position.
Kelly's comments and Matthew Stafford's comments after losing, those are the things that changed it. There were a lot of people at that moment who said, whoa, after we put on the Rams shirts, at that moment when you heard the Boodum kids and
I don't care about what Kelly Stafford says. If you're listening to what Kelly Stafford says, you got bigger issues.
Yeah, but I'm saying that all of this stuff, it definitely when that stuff happened, it swept, especially all over social media.
No, I know it did.
So
we talked about it. And I don't blame people. I mean, that's offensive. Yeah. It is. It was a stupid thing for him to do. I bet you if he wanted it back, he would take it back.
Yeah.
The only thing I would ask you is, how come nobody ever talked about the good things that he did in the town?
That's because
he didn't.
They did.
Fresh in their mind,
but on the way out,
they didn't.
It was one of the last things they heard was something negative.
Yeah,
and that's
they didn't talk about the good things that he did because a lot of it wasn't public. Okay, a lot of it was not public what he did. The most public thing was that he and Mitch Albom have a football field that they paid for.
Wait. Yeah, Stuff for Studio on this way out. Shout out to the Staffords for making sure that Stuff for Studio for a few seasons at least here was a thing. So I definitely got to make sure we say shout out to them for that.
Go ahead. True. Also, North City, he no longer plays in this town. They talked about all the good things that he did in this town, whether talked about or not. That got him the support from the Detroit Rams.
True.
So in that right, he got the love there.
Okay.
Now once you get to that, and you Kelly Stafford and the kids and blah blah blah, that's a separate thing. You talked about Stafford. I want to ask you the first crack at this question. Also, chat, same to you. We talked about which one do you like the least, if you will. How about which one would you have rather had this past season?
Oh,
yeah!
Whoa! Look at you over there.
Now we're going somewhere. Do we need to take a break and get back on the rails, or we want to let this thing go?
Let's take a quick one.
Yeah, let's take a quick break.
Right now,
that's an even better question. That's the one you should have had as the poll question.
Oh, we'll change it up. But right now, 92% of the people want to see Ben Johnson lose. 92. That one's done. So, new poll.
Hey, listen. Let me tell you something. You know it's serious when Kool-Aid does this. When he gives you that?
It's called WRAP. Rap. It's a rap.
All right, quick from the
Massage House.
Hey,
Massage House, yeah,
yep,
there
hey, we got
Go ahead and tell
massage
us
and then we
about
got Jax, man. But listen, if you guys are looking for ultimate recovery and relaxation, I'm telling you guys, it is the Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills. It's the largest massage chair showroom in the Midwest, featuring top brands like Infinity and Osaki. This is your destination for premium comfort and cutting-edge wellness technology. Experience the difference with Dr. Eric Duncan, the Wellness Doc, and creator of the #1 YouTube channel for massage chair reviews at The Wellness Doc. Book your visit today at massagechairhouse.com or simply scan the QR code on your screen. Hey, you know what? If you ever get into the studio, definitely check out the chair we have here, man. That thing has been a lifesaver. Massage Chair House.
Fire.
Your ticket to ultimate recovery and relaxation. Hey, it is fire.
Look at that.
Jack's best car wash in the state. That's why we partnered up with him, and we can get you a free car wash. Text WSN to 888-522-1729. Join the Unlimited Club and take advantage of all the perks. You hear me talk about them all the time. The perks are available, and they're available to you for the unlimited plan of $29.99 a month, and that allows you access to all the locations around the state. Go to jackscarwash.com, or frankly, just go to one of these Jacks, pull up, get your membership, get yourself in the game. Maybe not today, but tomorrow, there will be a sunshine. See you tomorrow.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Looking for your daily sports fix? Look no further. Join Braylon Edwards, the University of Michigan legend.
Lofting it right corner of the end zone for Braylon, up in the air. Touchdown, Michigan!
And Shep.
Do you believe this comeback?
Your favorite sports commentator as they tackle the hottest topics in the world of sports. Catch the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep, Monday through Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network. Get ready to laugh, learn, and love sports like never before. Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Like a frostbite straight from the divine. Cold rush on my skin feels so fine. Muscle freeze, the ache. No side effects, no mistake. Chill sub-zero. Icy and true. Feel the chill. It's all for you. It's not magic, just science play. Chill sub-zero.
Head to WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com. You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports.
Dr. Pierce, the Injury Insider.
I like that.
The Injury Insider for you. We love him here. He's the one that can diagnose all things. Catch him on Big D Energy on Tuesdays and catch him on the Braylon Network Show with Shep on Thursday. Contact him at 248-426-9944. I promise you, he knows what he's talking about. I just texted him this morning as well as yesterday and the day before about a little thing that I had. He
didn't even say leave me alone.
Told me exactly what it was, 100%.
Yeah,
Only thing he said, I wish I could get up early in the morning and work out. That's all he said. And then he told me not to work out. But he is the guy. His injury insights are expertise. We see him on Tuesdays.
I like that song, by the way. Early in the morning.
Which one?
Find me another lover.
What is this, the 80s?
Come on, man. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
it gave me like 80s vibes.
Yeah, it's a really good song.
Who sings it?
I don't remember, but I can't sing it either. But it's a good tune. All right, Buddy's Pizza. Friday night, man. It's a Friday night, right? Oh, come on, man. It's awesome to be on a Friday night.
It's a Friday night or Buddy's night?
It is a Friday night, which means it's a Buddy's night.
Let's go.
You get Buddy's tonight, man. It's your whole week is complete. They've been making the Detroit original style pizza since 1946. They've got 20 locations, and right now they've got a great deal for you. Whether it be pizza, whether it be salad, whether it be, mostaccioli, you name it, they've got it for you, and you can save 10% off your entire order using the promo code 10MEAL. That's 10 MEAL today. Eat well, my friends. Eat well.
We back.
Okay, a lot of people weighing in on this.
Yeah. What we got?
So Aaron Green, Stafford for the season, but Ben Johnson for the longevity.
Doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
But I like the answer, though.
They will cry if the Bears lose. They will cry if the Rams lose. Okay? So it could be both.
Okay.
Come on, Shep, stop being a Stafford slappy. Well, it said Shepherd slappy. I think you meant Stafford slappy. I'm no longer. Look, I've always been a big supporter of his. I think he's always been a top 10 quarterback. That's my belief. But he had to be better in certain times. I don't think I'm a slappy by. Slappies don't say that stuff. Slappies think guys can do absolutely no wrong. I think he did plenty wrong, but I think he's a hell of a player. I don't know if he's a Hall of Fame player, okay? I really don't. He's the best quarterback the Lions have ever had, but that's a low bar, okay? But
he's better than Rodney Peete.
He's better than Rodney Peete. He's better than Eric Kramer.
He's better than Jared Goff?
He's better than Jeff Conlow. He's better than Gary Danielson.
Jared Goff?
You say who's the best quarterback they had?
There's a lot of
Stafford's
people.
the best quarterback.
There's a lot of people that say
in a Lions uniform. I think Jared Goff in a Lions uniform. He won the 2 playoffs. Overall, it's Stafford. He's the better player in my opinion, but in a Lions uniform, I think it's Goff.
Yeah, I would strongly disagree with that. But
he never won a playoff game.
No, I don't disagree with it, but that's where it always comes down to what I've said before. It's not always on the quarterback. All right, period. Yeah. It wasn't his fault that he threw to Brendan Pettigrew and there was no flag called.
That's what I was going to say. I was getting
okay.
That comment and how you phrase it.
Yeah,
it could come back because I can list a bunch of different situations.
I mean, if we want to do that, we could do that in the San Francisco game for the Lions as well. And Jared Goff, there was calls missed. But at the end of the day,
we could. But
yeah.
But the point is,
who's a better quarterback, Jim Kelly or Josh Allen?
All right, overall,
for their franchise.
Matthew Stafford is the overall better quarterback, but in that Lions uniform, man, how you rank the stuff ultimately is if you're winning. And Matthew Stafford, he did a lot of good here, strong arm, strong talent, and I agree with you. I do put a lot of that on the organization, but as the quarterback as well, there were games where we saw coming down the stretch.
So based on that logic, though, Jahmyr Gibbs is better than Barry Sanders, and Amon-Ra St. Brown is better than Calvin Johnson. Just so we're clear, that's the criteria. Am I wrong about that?
I told you it's going to be tricky.
Jared Goff played dang near perfect and had them within 20 minutes of a Super Bowl. So I think contextually, I do believe that matters.
That's why I bring up the other players. I'm saying, are you using that same criteria?
Yeah.
I don't know if their impact can be attributed as much as Jared Goff's is as the quarterback. The most important position on the field, especially from offense.
Okay. Are you aware of? Now, this is where you start to get into the slappiness, okay? It does. I mean, if you're going to get into that aspect of it, are you aware of how Matthew Stafford played against New Orleans when he threw for 380 yards and 3 touchdowns?
Oh, yeah. Okay. In the playoffs, in New Orleans, though, that one was a defensive failure. We had wide receivers playing in the secondary. I remember that one vividly because I don't believe they punted one time that game against the Lions.
How about Dallas when he threw for 324 and 3 scores?
I like him. Okay. I like him.
Hell no.
I like him. He was really, really good. Number 2.
I'm sorry, one
quarterback in the Lions jersey. Number 2.
That was in the first half.
No running game. Yeah. Matthew Stafford never had a running game with the Lions.
Yeah. So I don't want to get into that.
I was like, whoa, get off the rails here.
Yeah, my apologies. Let's get into this weekend's games.
I like it, though.
This weekend's games are good ones. Awesome look right there. I do wonder a little bit about this first one. I think this is the one that a lot of Lions fans are looking forward to, even though we've just talked about it. The Rams in Chicago, and Braylon, it's not just going to be cold, and you did a good job of talking about how tough it is to play in the cold yesterday. It's also going to be really windy. That affects the Rams' offense more than it affects Chicago's defense, Chicago's offense, don't you think?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. I think a lot of the things that Chicago does is predicated on the play action. When you do some play action, a lot of times those throws are a little more open. There's more spacing in those throws for what Stafford does. Stafford likes to get rid of the ball quick. Everyone knows that. The Bears know that as well. He likes to get rid of the ball, boom, boom, boom. When you have the wind, when you have people that are going to be dropping in space like that, that's going to affect him. The visibility is something to watch out for, too.
Oh.
Watch out for the visibility in the game, too. You see, these are my picks. This is what I have. This is not their picks. This is me speaking for myself. I believe that the game to watch is going to be the Bears and Rams. I think it's going to be the most fun game. Maybe not the best, but the most fun. It's going to be an interesting fight. We talk about this. Rams start off traditionally well. They get out to a good pace. They put on cruise control, and a lot of times that ends up haunting them, as you saw in a couple of comebacks, whether it was the Seattle Seahawks or whether it was the Carolina Panthers, almost twice. The Bears, very good on the first drive of the game. They muddle around, if you will, second quarter, third quarter. Somehow in the fourth quarter, they become this different team, averaging 9.6 points in the fourth quarter. Styles make fights. I think it's going to be a great fight. Stafford proved last year that he could play in the winter. He can play in the wind, and the Rams did
Philly,
too.
you're saying?
And when they were right there with Philly. If they were caught the pass, this is a whole different story.
He got those bigger hands.
100%. He's the big hands on Jared Goff. But it is going to be interesting. I think Chicago has the advantage at home. I know they know how to play this weather. I think the advantage is Chicago. I'm going with the Bears.
He threw for 324 and 2 scores last year in Philly and lost. So I've got the Rams as well, even though I'm a little nervous about it because
I have the Bears.
Oh, you have the Bears. I'm sorry. You've got Rams defeating Bears.
It was supposed to be that way.
It was supposed to.
You know what? Maybe I just go with the Rams.
Okay.
You know what's going to happen? Whoever wins, I'm going to say that's who I chose.
Okay, that's a good way to go about it. The thing about it is the Bears run the ball well. Okay, they're third in the league in rushing, so I think that's a bit of an issue. So I've got the Rams, you've got the Bears. Seahawks play the Niners, and they host San Francisco. This is the third meeting of the year between the two teams. Yep. The previous two meetings have been very low scoring. Seattle won the last game of the season. San Francisco won the first game of the season. Now they meet in the playoffs.
Yeah, let's call it a spade a spade. Like at the end of the day, the 49ers, Kyle Shanahan has done an amazing job of getting this squad that is just like the Lions, have injury after injury after injury. And guess what? Last week was no exception. George Kittle now out for the playoffs, out for the year. We'll see how that looks next year. I just think Cinderella's shoe, it's come off. I think this is going to be the game. Seattle's defense, I know the Broncos, and what you say, I understand the Broncos. They're 2.
Yeah.
And I think the Texans are 3. Seattle's defense is the number 1 defense in the league. And it's what allowed Sam Darnold those opportunities in second half, especially the fourth quarter, to figure it out. And they got a really good run game between Zach Charbonnet as well as K9. We know him in Ann Arbor all too well. I think that's what it's going to be. The deciding factor is going to be how good that defense is, them not having George Kittle. And at some point, they have the scouting plan. McDonald has that scouting plan on not Kyle Shanahan, but Christian McCaffrey. It's only so much I think he'll be able to do this game. If they want to win this game, which I'm not picking them to, they got to go outside of CMC. Somebody else has to step up and have a big game. I don't know if that's Juwan Jennings. I don't know if that's the tight end Tonjes, but I know Brock Purdy's going to have to make 3 or 4 of those throws that we saw in the breakdown.
Yeah, I like Seattle in this game. I know what the question mark is. It's about Sam Darnold and what happened last year when his team got blown out 27-9 to the Rams.
And he is questionable.
75% efficiency rate, though, right now for Sam Darnold. That's nothing to sneeze at.
What if he doesn't play?
Huh?
Jeez.
He is questionable with the oblique injury.
He's playing.
Yeah, I 100% think
but you're saying he's not going to be the best version of himself?
I wonder if that injury, it'd be a really good question for Doc, but if it's that injury, how much, you don't feel comfortable with Drew Lock, do you?
No, you gotta try Sam Darnold.
They'll be fine. Sam Darnold's going to play this game, and the thing about it is, legitimately, they'll be able to run the ball. That's what they've done all year, and keep possessions away from San Fran. The less possessions, that's what the Rams do well. Like, they don't give people, not the Rams, the Panthers. That's how the Panthers beat the Rams. They don't give a lot of possessions, so you have to make the most of those possessions. That's what the Seahawks are going to have to do to the 49ers. Take away their possessions, because if you do it like that, Brock Purdy, now every possession becomes that much more important, and when you become that much more important, you start to press. And there's no George Kittle to have as a fail-safe.
What I love most about this matchup is you've got a defensive-minded head coach in Mike McDonald against Kyle Shanahan. It's going to be awesome. So I think it'll be low scoring. So I'm with you on that. Seahawks. Okay, Broncos play the Bills. Buffalo is in Denver. Why do you like Denver?
Because I think I don't think Bills are a good team. I think Bills just have the guy this year that is playing Superman football.
Okay.
And Josh Allen. He is playing at an all-time high for him. He is doing all the things that he can, whether his knee is messed up, his face is messed up, face mask, arm, shoulder, doesn't matter. No number one wide receiver, tight end, in and out of the lineup, and Dalton Kincaid. Last week, the Jaguars with the number one rush defense, that's why you couldn't get James Cook going. It still didn't matter. He found ways to win. I understand that. That Broncos defense is very serious. And the fact that they don't have a number one wide receiver option, watch how Patrick Surtain plays this game. He is going to be all over the field. And Benito,
Nick Benito.
Yeah. So I just don't think the Bills have enough on offense to sustain this game. And their defense, by the way, isn't really that good.
And even though I have a passionate watching interest in Rams versus Bears, Broncos and Bills to me is one of probably the most intriguing one to me, man. There's just you got Josh Allen and who he is, and I'm glad you highlighted the Broncos defense. That's a matchup I'm looking forward to seeing.
Broncos 7th in the league against the pass.
Yeah.
2nd in the league against the run. 3rd in the league in points scored against. That's how stingy they are.
Yeah.
But Josh Allen is just supreme with that backyard football type stuff. It's going to be awesome to see.
Don't sleep. Sean Payton's 4-0 coming off bye week in the Super Bowl. In the playoff.
Wow.
That's
also, with the Rams-Bears, a fun little matchup, if you will. Ben Johnson has been going at all those Kyle Shanahan clonies.
That's true.
Starting with LaFleur with the handshake. Sean McVay at his press conference may got a little wind that there's some smoke. I think it's Ben Johnson's calling him out. And he said it's the silver spoon effect.
Yeah.
Tired of these guys because they coached with Kyle Shanahan in 2012 with the Redskins. Now the Commanders, they just get opportunities. Whether it's Slowick, whether it's all of them, he seems to be going at them. There seems to be something
what happened
behind.
At the coaches retreat?
Yeah,
100%. But it's like a cult following. They're like the mob right now.
Don't you think that's kind of hypocritical though of Ben Johnson? I mean, is there a golden spoon for him?
Hold on, I'll answer that in 2 seconds. They got to be careful, though, because both of them are going to go into this game in an emotional state, if you will. Sean McVay is going to be trying to get revenge for his buddy Matt LaFleur's. Ben Johnson is going to try to bury yet another Kyle Shanahan clone and a silver spoon guy. If whoever lets that emotion get in there, whoever starts calling plays like Dan Campbell trying to do a hook and ladder, not a hook and ladder, but a double pass in certain situations where you don't have to, that's the team that's going to lose. Now, Ben Johnson, how did he get a silver spoon?
Well, no, I'm wondering how there's a silver spoon for Sean McVay. He really went through the process of what you would hope a lot of coaches would do. He was a position coach, he was a coordinator, then he became a head coach, and he's been a pretty good head coach.
Right.
So if he's got a silver spoon, or maybe he's referring to the Kyle Shanahan tree.
That's
in
what
general.
I said.
Yeah, no, I know, but I'm saying, then how is it a silver spoon for Sean McVay and not a silver spoon from the Dan Campbell tree with both Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson?
First of all, I'm not arguing on
I know
behalf,
you're not.
So
I know you're not. I'm just asking that out loud.
Aaron Glenn got a job. I don't know how, realistically, as a head coach. Like, as it relates to what the Lions defense was, because I never thought they were that good. So, realistically, I think he got it predicated on what players said about him.
Yeah.
Now, as it relates to Ben Johnson, he created something that never existed.
Yeah.
The records that Ben Johnson broke here, they weren't Lions records. They weren't NFC North records. They were NFL records. He put together an offense that it's like, oh, shoot, we got to have this guy. This guy is brilliant. This guy has a mind. So his issue is everybody that coached in 2012 for the Redskins or underneath that since then has gotten the job. All you have to do is fill out an application to work for one of these coaches, and then within 2 years, you'll be the head coach somewhere. You'll be at the Cincinnati Bengals. You'll be at the Rams. You'll be at the Jacksonville Jaguars. You'll be the offensive coordinator for the Houston Texans. That's what Warsaw, he said, you'll be the head coach that can go 13-3 and still not get to the Super Bowl in Green Bay. And I think that's his issue. Like
whatever works. Yeah, whatever works for his motivation.
Right.
That's fine. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, you got the Patriots and Texans. Obviously, we think this is going to be a defensive tug of war, right? Do you?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I don't think the Patriots' defense is on par with the level of a Texans or your Broncos or your Seahawks.
Yeah.
But they have the better quarterback.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have the better quarterback this season. Let's not forget what the schedule was. So it's still want to see what it is in a game of this magnitude. But I think their offense has a lot more options. I think their offense can do. Ramondre Stevenson is starting to play a lot better. He started coming to what they thought he was going to be. Travion Henderson is a great number 2 option. I mean, he actually leads the team in rushing receiving yards. So and don't sleep. Stephon Diggs has shown us that, hey, he's still worth now. Off the field, his life's a mess. But on that field, he's shown us that he can be consistent and make plays, and they just find ways. So I think the Patriots, the quarterback will be the difference. That's why I'm going with the Patriots. I think Drake May will be able to get up out of the pocket sometimes and not nullify, because Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. are monsters. And the sleeper player for the Texans is Tatoa. Like, that joker is a monster at the linebacker position. He and Al Shazier, so but he'll be able to get out a little bit and get some of those passes on the run, some of those things that we saw him do in the Buffalo Bills win the first time.
Yeah, I like the Patriots too. I would just say they're fourth in the league in scoring defense. Yeah. So I think we got to be careful when we say, well, I'm not sold on them. What you're not sold on is their schedule, and it's understandable. Yeah. It's justified. Like you said, it's last. They had the easiest schedule, according to the NFL, had the easiest schedule based on who they played. And, of course, it matters on who they play in their division.
I know the temperature will be different because the Texans will be at home, correct?
No, the Patriots.
No, Patriots.
So Foxborough, yep.
So the weather be similar, if you will. Don't forget, the Texans were legitimately 7-6 with 12 minutes left in the fourth quarter against the Steelers this past Monday night.
They struggle.
Yeah.
Like 100%. Now, obviously, we don't expect CJ to fumble 4 times and throw a pick. But
it's their defense that saves them.
Yeah, very true.
It is.
And they've saved them the whole season.
And isn't it interesting?
Like watching Seattle almost.
I was just going to say, isn't it interesting? You got Seattle, Denver, Houston, and New England, all with great defenses. And when the season began, I would say through the first half of the year, you and I, while everyone was talking about the Rams and their weapons, you were talking about their defense.
Yeah,
you've got some really defensive-oriented teams, probably more defensive-oriented than offensive-oriented in this.
If you would have asked me about this game, the Rams and the Bears 5 weeks ago, I would say it'd be a blowout. But what you've seen in the last 5 weeks is a lot of vulnerability out of that defense. Talking about for the Rams, secondary is being cooked on some plays, and the defensive line, however good, with Murphy, Verse coming off the edge, they've been gassed at the end of games. They've looked tired. They haven't been able to make plays, and they haven't tackled well in the third and fourth quarter. So I want to see how that plays out in this game. So it's gonna be a good one. Like, I can see Ben Johnson winning this one, but
I don't want to hear any complaints on social media about the Rams having to go play in a cold weather because the Rams could have taken care of it themselves. They're the team that lost to Atlanta. They're the team that lost to Atlanta. You know what? You knew what you
Panthers.
Well, they lost to the Panthers, but when they played in Atlanta, they still had an opportunity to get the home field, and they still had an opportunity to win the division. And it was on them.
Yeah, that's tough.
Okay, it was on them that they did that, and they went out there and they laid an egg, and they lost by a field goal, and they were sleepwalking in the first half, and were getting shut out 20. I think it was 21-0.
Yeah.
Okay, and then they salvaged stuff against the Cardinals. They had their opportunity. You're right about Carolina.
2 opportunities.
2 opportunities.
Because they also gave up the lead to who?
Seattle.
There you go.
That's right.
So they gave that game up.
What was it? Rashid Shaheed.
Yeah.
Once he returned that punt, it was like
everything flipped.
Whoa! There's life.
Yeah.
Before that, they were dominating that game.
They were dominating that game, and so I don't want to hear it, man. I mean, you had that opportunity in your hands, and you chose to blow it. All right, when we come back, we'll get to some super chats, and we'll get to the mailbag for.
Oh, we already did the picks, I guess.
Yeah, did the picks, and the mailbag for Braylon Edwards when we come back after this. Stay with us.
BlackRock still a sizzle above the rest. Check this out. The Woodward heavyweights are headed to Black Rock Bar and Grill in Davidson, Michigan for the third Black Rock food review on Wednesday, January 28th from 5 to 7. They'll be joined by special guest, the Enforcer. That's right, D-Mac. And while he's there, he'll be debuting his new 25-ounce ribeye inspired by the legend himself called the Enforcer Cut, or the Enforcer Cut at your local Black Rock today for a chance to win a signed Darren McCarty jersey or 2 tickets to Detroit versus the Avalanche at LCA on Saturday, January 31st. Not a bad way to bring in the new year. To enter, post a photo of your steak using hashtag BR Enforcer Cut and hashtag giveaway. The winner will be announced on by D-Mac live from Black Rock Davidson during the heavyweight show on the 28th. Find yourself there.
You mentioned cut, the perfect haircut coming right here. Lady Jane's. There's 28 locations throughout the state of Michigan. We're here in Birmingham. The ladies are fantastic. You walk in, you sign in. Before you know, you're out the door looking handsome. They're open 7 days a week, 10 till 8, so walk in anytime because it is wicked awesome.
It's game on at Art and Jake's. Wings, burgers, pizza, and ice-cold drinks served up with attention to detail. Wall-to-wall TVs, great service, and a vibe that keeps your crew coming back. Art and Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Like a frostbite straight from the divine. Cold rush on my skin feels so fine. Muscle freeze, the ache. No side effects, no mistake. Chill Sub-Zero, icy and true. Feel the chill. It's all for you. It's not magic, just science play. Chill Sub-Zero.
And we're back. Let's get to some super chat, shall we? Kool-Aid, there's plenty out there.
Yes, sir. And you know what? Shout out to the people for supporting us today. If you haven't got the opportunity to yet, go on ahead and smash that like button. We're real close to our like goal today. Let's start off that weekend the right way, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just Lil Brian sends in a $4.99 super chat. He says, finally made it early to the show. Michigan is in, what did he say? Michigan is ahead of me. The times be confusing. So he must be one of our out-of-state listeners and supporters. Thank you, Lil Brian, for supporting us, man, and getting here early today.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Brian.
We
It means a lot
appreciate you,
to us.
man.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. Whenever you can. That's the best thing about having our show is that it's available at all times. You can double back, go watch it on YouTube and other networks, other outlets. But appreciate the support, bro.
Yeah, way to go. Appreciate that.
Hey, I love this one from my guy Freddie fell through on 3. Yo, I'm going to start calling him Mr. Culture. $1.99 super chat. He says, happy birthday to 2 queens, Sade, and Detroit's own Aaliyah. Rest in peace.
Wait. So that's crazy. Brings up Aaliyah.
Yeah.
I went to school with Aaliyah. She went to Jesu. Rest
Dang.
in peace. Went to Jesu. I went to Jesu. I was like 4 years younger than her. Like seeing Aaliyah in the hallway was like the thing. All the boys. That's what we wanted to see. It's like, man, look, I went to the bathroom. I saw Aaliyah. Like she was in the hallway and she was so nice and she was so kind. I still remember the day it happened, man. It was the last day of training camp. I'm talking about when she died in a plane crash.
Yeah.
It was the last day of training camp. And my parents came, your parents come pick you up after training camp. We're on the way to the dorms. They got I can't say that. They got a lot of snacks, a lot of things for my dorm room. I'm getting excited, jump in the car. And the first thing we heard when I turned on the radio was that news that she had died, man. She also lived on Warrington and Pembroke, which is in Green Acres and Sherwood Forest. I live 4 blocks down on Briarcliff in Sherwood. So, yeah, shout out to Aaliyah, man. Rest in peace.
Good work, as always. Appreciate that, Freddie.
Yep. And Randall Small sends in a $2 super chat.
Shout out Randall.
He says Tigers should sign Trevor Bauer to 4 or 5 year deal. Whoa, Chef picked his head.
4 or 5. I don't think it would take that much.
Hey,
I would not hesitate to reach out and talk
Let's
to
go
him,
then.
but I wouldn't do it to a 4 or 5 year deal. No.
Let's go. Hey, and Dante151 says, with the $9.99 super chat, #1 crown today, he says, Shep, You mean the Toronto Blue Jays, who had the Dodgers on the rope and they let up?
Yeah.
Dang it. He says, gosh, this just makes me shake my head at what the Tigers don't do. Pay their players and go after free agents.
And we keep bringing up
He's hot.
It's hard to argue with that.
We keep bringing up this, the Toronto Blue Jays, and I think a move like this from the Dodgers, this is a move to ensure that it's not that close again. I think that's why they got him. It's like, we know what we have. We almost lost.
Serious.
And the Blue
with
Jays
this.
Not bringing Bichette back.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And they missed out on Tucker.
Yeah.
The
So
guy
this
they thought
is
they were
like-
going to get.
So we're going to make sure.
Yeah.
And we got 4 more super chats here before we close up. Curtis in the chat, he sends in a couple back to back, $5. Can you guys do a show at the landing strip and shout out to all the dads out there?
At the
Shout out Inkster, Michigan. My grandma says
Talking about Michigan Ave? Talking about Michigan Ave? Yeah. It's old school space. That's why I used to get my Pistons tickets, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's where I have to go get my Pistons tickets. Before
Only because it was halfway.
It's before everything went digital. You know what I'm saying?
Everything was halfway.
Yeah.
Shout out to them anyway, right? Okay.
Yeah. Middle-aged sneaker chick with the $2 super chat says,
They just had good wings. The wings.
Good
man.
fries.
Pork chops.
Yeah.
They got good lamb chops.
Yeah. Drink specials.
Gotta check those out one day, huh? The walking in the rain reference, absolute hilarity. That's for middle-aged sneaker chick.
Hey, see, I knew somebody would appreciate Orange Juice Joe. Hey, baby.
Yeah.
So I miss you so much. I followed you today. Yeah.
You got
Close
people,
your
hey,
mouth
look,
'cause you
people
cold
tapped in.
Busted.
And
Great song.
Michigan Go Blue with the $4.99 super chat and the number 3 crown today. He asks, would you rather keep Tobias and Ivy or trade them for Porter Jr.? Trade.
The latter. I would do the latter. Personally.
See ya.
Yep.
Nothing again. You can't take personality and you can't take the feelings into it. You know,
Trading someone that you believe will make your team a better team and will position them to win a championship. See, that's not called being mean.
Right.
Like people think it's like
it's called being
mean,
smart
Why would
businessman.
you do that?
Yeah.
Because the goal is Larry O'Brien.
Yeah, I think they group it with like this aspect of like, oh man, they don't believe in this player or it's disrespectful. Sometimes it's just that timing, and if you can take advantage of where you are in that moment.
I don't believe in where
always
y'all
upgrade.
are right now for what we need. Like I believe in you guys, but for right now it's something different.
They've traded Tobias before. Why not do it again?
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. It's an expiring contract, man. He's going to be gone anyway, and you know Jaden Ivey's going to be a restricted. So then what do you do? Because you're going to pay. I would guess you're paying Duran.
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't pay.
Oh, you have
Ivey.
to.
Yeah. Anything else, or are we all caught up?
We are caught up.
Okay,
Shout
that's
out to the
fantastic.
people, man.
Great
It's a lot of
week,
super
man.
chats.
Hefe, thanks for everything. We
Appreciate
appreciate
you,
it.
my guy.
You guys have a
we
great.
didn't even bring up Wicked Pickle last week.
Yeah, we didn't bring up pickleball
until
Hey
now.
man, I was doing my thing. You know what I mean? That was my first
Not
time
really.
ever out there, you know?
But he was.
He hit a
but
couple. He hit some shots.
we got.
He had a drop on me that I couldn't get to. Pissed me off.
I don't remember that, but I'm glad you got a good memory.
11-4.
We hope you remember to join us Monday, 2 o'clock here on Woodward Sports. Enjoy the football over the weekend. We'll talk then.
See ya.
Looking for your daily sports fix? Look no further. Join Braylon Edwards, the University of Michigan legend.
Lofting it right corner of the end zone for Braylon, up in the air. Touchdown, Michigan!
And Shep,
Do you believe this comeback?
your favorite sports commentator, as they tackle the hottest topics in the world of sports. Catch the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep, Monday through Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network. Get ready to laugh, learn, and love sports like never before.